that, and that. Oh, and whatever you do, do not forget this. Just take that in for a second here. Probably one of the most famous opening themes of any video game ever. Here's the weird thing. I've actually played and beaten A Link Between Worlds, but I have not even touched the game that it's a sequel to. How weird is that? Alright, before we get started though, I have to give shoutouts to everybody who showed up here early, and boy, we got a lot of them tonight. Just think, someday we're going to get big enough to the point where I can't reasonably do this anymore. 427 Arbok, Insane Swirl, yeah, rest in peace, Meverse. I liked hanging out there from time to time. Ashidaru, Blue Javelin, Pillow Sledder, and Zakel. I think that's everybody who's here right now. I'm gonna mess around with my settings here just to make sure. Yeah. Whatthefnu, turn up that volume. Okay. I'm gonna have to correct you on the title. I have it on very good authority that I also haven't played this. Oh. Well, it's still funnier that way. I don't know, that's just the marketer in me who's thinking like, well, that's a funny enough joke. Like, people see that and it's like, ah, okay. Plus, it gets the message across right off the bat. It's like, oh, this is a blind playthrough. I know exactly what I'm getting into before I even click on the stream. Name the hero Deathlark. I wonder. I'm gonna try. Death. No. There's not enough space. Wait a second. I can kind of cheat this. We can go by license plate rules. Nope. Go back. A little finicky, this cursor here. Dith. We can just take out all of the vowels. Dithlerk. Dithlerk. It's Hyrulean. You wouldn't understand. It means something completely different in their language. What is that a reference to? Bogart, the hero of sandwiches. This is the worst LTTP rando seed ever. Man, I haven't even gotten to the random stuff yet. Like, I need to master this game. That's the ultimate goal here, is to eventually play the randomizer. Because I don't even know what the base game is really like. I've seen other people play it. I haven't been really paying attention to their routes or whatever. I've just kind of taken it all in and listened to their commentary. So I have no idea what to do here. I know some small things, again, just through cultural osmosis. But usually I know where we begin, where we're going, and everything in the middle is a complete and total blank. Whatthefnu, I sent you a troubleshooting type message in Discord. Can you make sure you don't have yourself set as invisible? Now I'm online, and it says I'm streaming. So wait a second, let me actually double check that with the Discord right now, and make sure everybody now knows. Usually I'm very careful with that kind of thing. It's kind of weird, everybody being able to see exactly what I'm doing, except when it's not. No, I've still got a green dot on the Discord server. That's so odd. I've tried to get that work, to, like, get the purple dot. I've tried disconnecting and reconnecting. Like, maybe I should do that again now that I've fiddled around with my settings on Twitch a little bit. At least everybody here can see what I'm doing now. But we've gone long enough without actually starting the game, so we probably need to fix that too. Help me. Please help me. I wish I had one of those microphones with effects built into it so I could add like some dreamy echo to this. I am a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. Maybe just closing Discord. I challenge you to a randomizer duel after you beat the normal game. You probably have way more experience with this kind of thing than I do, but hey, I'll take you up on that. It's the only way you'll learn, man. You gotta get your ass kicked a few times. Dithlerk, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. But he knows how much of an ambitious, like, rambunctious little child we are, so it's one of those, like, look, kid, I know I'm gonna fail this quest. I'm gonna need you to... Short on... Oh, right. We can't actually use our lamp yet, because we don't have enough magic power to fire it. What can we actually do right now off the bat? Oh, we can lift up bushes, but not rocks, yes? That's some money at the very least. I'm just... See, this is the efficiency guy in me. I don't know how much we're actually going to have to spend money on this early in the game. I also want to play around here a little bit. Yeah, they're blocking every single exit leading off into the world. It's like, no, go up towards the castle. But what if I don't wanna go up towards the castle? But go. You promised me an open world, an adventure, you jerks. Who wants to have an adventure in the rain? Oh, that's actually a good point. I'll catch death of cold. Maybe I'll just go take some, take a little siesta in the castle here. And now Zelda's yelling at me because I'm taking a little too long. Don't beat around the bush looking for rupees. Hey! I got a fairy out of one of the earliest ones that I pulled. Maybe this won't be so bad after all. Maybe that's like a sign. Maybe that's the universe telling me something here. Also, let me scroll up just a little bit. I want to have that right in the corner. Like, let me know how many viewers we have at any particular moment. I don't know. It's a strange little number. Make sure if we ever go over our record, I'll be able to react to it. Welcome in new people, that kind of thing. Actually, usually the way I go off of welcoming new people is if they say something in the chat, because some people don't like call-outs. It's a completely foreign concept to me, but hey, whatever makes you happy, right? Deathlurk, I didn't want you involved in this. I told you not to leave the house. Take my sword and shield, and listen. You can focus power in the blade. Hold the B button. Then release it using the secret technique handed down by our people. Deathlurk, you can do it. Save the princess. Zelda is your... She's my what? She's my what? She's my what? Oh, Ego Raptor. I actually remember back when... God, that was years ago now. Like, how long ago was it that Game Grumps actually started? It has to have been some time at this point, yeah? Like, I used to watch his animations back in the day. I don't know how long it's been since I've told this story. I know I've mentioned it before, but basically, the first time I saw JonTron, like one of his earliest videos that, well, not earliest, like when he really started to take off, my very first thought was, hey, this guy's hilarious. He kind of reminds me of those old Awesome videos I used to watch on Newgrounds. And sure enough, about a couple months later, Game Grumps gets founded. Now, I'm not saying I'm psychic, but I'm in your castle. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing, that's what. This thing kind of has pathetic range on it, I've got to say. Like, it feels a little short compared to the blades of other games. You compare it to something like Link's Awakening or the Oracle games, that's what I'm used to. Like, most of the Zelda I played as a child was on handheld consoles. Like, I even made an entire list about this, talking about my preferences between each one. It ultimately came down to the idea that, wait a second, no, you're supposed to go right first, aren't you? Yup, I already have absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I remember when Sean was a crump. Yeah, and even that's different now. Although he's gone off and done his own thing. I haven't watched his latest one about the workout videos. I don't really have time to either. I just announced today that I've got 25 videos to make this month. Possibly 26, but that's a... Shh, don't tell anybody. That's secret. That you're not going to get any information from me from, just because I know not to make promises I can't keep. Back in Link's day, we used short swords, and we still saved Hyrule. None of this tunic nonsense. The color dungeon giving you extra damage on everything you fight. Kids these days. Alright. This path looks like it might lead me somewhere. Yes, it does, actually. Right onto the roof of the castle. I saw somebody up here a little earlier, just kind of making evil eyes at me. Yo. Suppose it's only a matter of time before I'm affected, too. Oh, dude. He's still outside the castle, so, like, the influence hasn't reached him yet. That's interesting. Ow. Here's the weird thing about the randomizer. Like, if you get the level 3 Master Sword, like, right off the bat, can you just go straight to the roof of the castle and go out to the Dark World? I mean, you wouldn't have the Moon Pearl. You wouldn't be able to keep from turning into a bunny once you got there, but you could just go fight Aghanim right away. I think that's how that works, anyway. You can do that. Huh. Well, how about that? That's kind of awesome. And we ended up on the left side of the castle anyway. So that exercise was completely pointless. There's gotta be something hidden in this castle, yeah? There's like a treasure chest I'm missing, or maybe an extra little item? Let's check the, let's not go up this time. Let's actually check out the first floor. Maybe that's where what I was looking for is. There's gotta be something down here. Also, this should probably go without saying. Not that I expect anybody in this chat to do that, but unless I say, chat, help me with this, unless I specifically say something like that, try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. I mean, the story I'm already pretty well versed on. Like, I know the setup for A Link to the Past. It's basically that whole, there are the maidens, there was the war, there was all of this, that, and hullabaloo that happened. There we go. Anyone else? Hyrulean army has never looked shabbier, I gotta say. I mean, my sword's kind of pathetic, but at least it's not quite what those guys are using. That's not even a full blade, it's a freaking dagger. See, that guy's a little better, but he's probably a captain. Also probably why he's got the better armor. Playing the game alongside you, Fnu. Got my first game over already? Is there a button for this? Like help you run faster? No, that's the map. Glad I established that, just messing around with it. That's me wasting my magic. Death count 2. Wait a second. How'd you die twice already? You'll probably beat me to the end of this game. I'll just say that right now. I'm so used to my confirmation button and my sword button being the same thing. Because again, I'm used to playing the Game Boy games. I just always set my sword to that button because it made things way easier. It's like I don't have to take my thumb off of that little thing for the entire game. I don't have to move around quite as much. There we go. See you guys. I think I'll take this pot with me as a souvenir. He appreciated it. He's getting to see brand new things. Ah, I can see my house from up here. How did it get down into a pit? That's odd. No other treasure chests here? I don't think so anyway. I don't remember. Wait a second, no. If I go up here through that door on the right, I think there's another room with a chest. Like, this is a mini dungeon here. This is basically a small version of some of the bigger places you'll end up going in the future, yeah? Hey, we got a boomerang. Oh, nope, continue. That one? Which... Okay, so we just press start and move the cursor to whichever item we want? Okay. So, we've got our sword button, our confirmation button, which does nothing, and then the item button. Okay. For a second, I thought you could hold the button down and, like, strafe while aiming your boomerang. That would have been kind of cool. I'm a beast spammer for the sword, probably because of this game. Power of pottery compels you. Link must break it, typically over people's heads. And speaking of which, hi, dude. Bye, dude. Hang on, give me a moment. I need reloading. Wow, he went down in 2 pots? I thought I was gonna run out of ammo there, and then I'd have to actually fight the dude. Thank you, Dithlerk. I had a feeling you were getting close. Dithlerk, listen carefully. The wizard is magically controlling all the soldiers in the castle. I fear the worst for my father. The wizard is an inhuman... Actually, hang on a minute. What if this is the Zelda who has, like, that kind of very... She's not even trying to be sensual, she just talks that way. Going back to that line we heard earlier of, she's your blank, and then she's the one here who's kind of like leaning over a little bit and going, the wizard is an inhuman fiend with strong magical powers. Do you understand? Yes. Yes, I understand. Alright, let's get out of here before the wizard notices. I know a secret path. But first we have to go to the first floor. Let's go. And Dithlerk here is just like... This is driving him nuts. Like, he wants to ask, but now is not the right time. Pot, not even once. Does that image exist? Somebody has to have done that by now. It's sort of like Mario jokes with, like, him being high on mushrooms. That has to be a common thing. This dialogue is too hot for Nintendo. You'd be surprised. I don't know, Twintel. They seem to be a little more open to that kind of thing. And then there was that whole hullabaloo about them being more open to more adult-oriented games recently. I'd believe it after Bayonetta 2. Like, their reaction to that whole thing, you hear about that? When they were... Like, Platinum was playing it really safe at first. It's like, okay, we can't, like, sexualize Princess Peach and Daisy. They sent it the first ones, and Nintendo sent it back to them. It's like, no, make it sexier. They're like, okay. Right, guys. Do you mind here? I'm kind of escorting the lady out of the dungeon. And again, these guys aren't really fighting. Like, they're just kind of minding their own business. Of course, we've got a giant sword to work with, and they just have those little pointy daggers. It's like, man, I don't get paid enough for this, so I'm just going to turn a blind eye. I'm going to pretend none of this ever happened and hope I don't get fired. No sexual tension, no touching, only walking and rescuing. Well, we can't visit the Zelda sex dungeon yet? Still working on that, by the way. But it's taken a little bit of a hiatus now that my plans for December are pretty much set. Alright. Now, I have to actually light the torches around here if I want to get rid of this whole darkness problem, yeah? Nice of them to just give me magic right there. Hit it with the boomerang. Generate enough sparks to light the torch. It works, trust me. I read in Nintendo Power once. Aw, I just remembered Nintendo Power is defunct now, and I got really sad. Back here. Dirty rat. Not even once. Can't fit a Bible between you, so back off a bit. No, we're not at the church yet. That happens a little later in this game. How much magic do we actually need coming out of this place? I'm hoping less than what I'll spend on all these torches, because I don't know where I'm going. The torches also extinguish themselves after a little while. That's interesting. Not sure I would have, like, Did the Game Boy games do that? I'm trying to remember. I don't think they did. Like, if you lit a torch, unless you left the screen, it would just stay lit. Oh god, how many of them are in here? Ah! Stop it. You only deal a quarter heart worth of damage, but it adds up over time. Oh, they can't actually leave. That's an interesting little tutorial right there, teaching me that they can't go in the water for some reason. Then again, what's in the water that's even worse is what I would ask if I didn't already know that they're the only enemies you fight down here other than the snakes. Hey! That's some good luck. Whatever I have to spend money on. I think it's just a bottle that you can buy early. Like, if you know where all of the treasure chests are, you can have enough cash to where you can buy a bottle and a potion, and at that point, you're pretty much set and safe, no matter what you end up fighting. There's a door right there, but where else can we go in here? Always consider all your options in these games. Nothing else? Well, fine, then. Rats! The rats! The rats are everywhere, master. And they call him Mr. Bombastic. They say me fantastic. I don't know why. I've been somewhat obsessed with that character. What is it about Biggie Cheese that's... it just... I'm gonna have to remember that for later now. And again, if you manage to find bombs really early in this game, you could probably just bust that open right away. I'm guessing that's rupees in there? Can't be anything too amazing, right? Oh, there's another... Stop it! Stop doing this to me already. Stay too long in the water. That's what I get for reading chat. Well... you know what? It's worked every other time. No, they're too fast. They've learned my strategy and they've adapted. The enemy has evolved, Snake. Speaking of snakes. Kobe! Alright. Sanctuary is just beyond that door. Pull the switch over where? You need to get... you need to be a little more specific than that. Well? Am I looking for some kind of distinction here? Well, when in doubt, head left. Yup, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Not dead yet, Mark. I like how most of them drop hearts, too. Just sort of a way of apologizing for it. It's like, sorry we dropped snakes on your heads. Here's some bandages to put over all of the bites. Princess Zelda, you're safe. Is this your doing, Dethlurk? Yes, it was Dethlurk who helped me escape from the dungeon. When I was his captive, just wrapped up in chains and whips. Once I have finished with you, the final one, the seal of the wise men will open. Dethlurk, you must not let the land of Hyrule fall into the wizard's clutches. If he releases the seal of the 7 wise men, evil power will overwhelm and dominate this land. Before that happens, before it's too late, get your mighty sword and destroy the wizard before he destroys all of Hyrule. You can do it. You can. I sense that a mighty evil force guides the wizard's actions and augments his magical power. The only weapon potent enough to defeat the wizard is the legendary Master Sword. It is said that the village elder is a descendant of one of the 7 wise men. Maybe he can tell you more. I will mark his house on your map, but watch your every move. I am certain that the castle soldiers will be looking for you. I will hide Princess Zelda here, poorly, because she's going to get kidnapped a little later. Do you understand? Yes, I know. I feel the same way. Like, Link with pink hair is... I don't think they ever did that again, except in Triforce Heroes, but that was specifically to make a reference. Well, you know, that and Link Between Worlds itself, I think. Side sprites make his cap look like a baseball cap. It kind of does. Although both sides look a little even, so it's kind of like the brim is like poked up a little bit, one of those weird ones. Like I said, Link has 2 shades of yellow that could have used for his hair. Also, there's an unused sprite for the exit to the sanctuary. Interesting. See, that's something I've actually been thinking about, is more often than not, I have no idea what... Going in, especially when I'm going into the game blind, I have no plan going into streams, I guess is the best way of saying it. Like, I know the game I'm going to play, and typically I just think, okay, I'm gonna wing it. I'll just be myself and see how things go, but I don't know, maybe I should look up at least some trivia about the game I'm about to play, or maybe see some of the past work of some of the developers of it before. Maybe if it's like a small indie game. Get some idea of what I'm doing. Let's see, what to do. I know the town is out this way. We can't swim yet. Trust me, I know that one. That's something that carries over from the Game Boy games. Also, first off, Goatsy. And second off, why were people getting really mad about the Ocarina of Time 3D remake, like, hint stones, when you could get advice about where to go from the SNES days? I will never understand people sometimes. Now your chat is your trivia? Fair enough. You guys have the internet right in front of you. You can figure out things for me. This seems like a place I should go. What you got? Yo, Dthurk! This house used to be a hideout for a gang of thieves. What was their leader's name? Oh yeah, his name was Blind, and he hated bright light a lot. I've heard that name before, Blind. That's gonna become relevant later, isn't it? Okay, oh, I think I see the solution. Yeah, 'cause... Wait, no. That's wrong. Ain't that cute? But it's wrong! I made a mistake there. See, now it's just, now I just have to prove to myself that I can do it in one go. Because if I did that, no. Because then I can't get to that one. Interesting. Every time I fail one of these easy things, I notice I lose more viewers. It's kind of funny, actually. When I pulled the left switch, I went from 10 to 8. Then when I did that, I went from 8 to 7. Gorguts! Thanks for the bits. Who keeps putting those blocks back when you leave? I like the explanation they give it in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Well, if we get stuck, let's just take a step outside and rethink it. It's like, nah, let's have a mulligan on that one. So, that, and that. And then... if I really wanted to, I could just go in there? I don't know if there is a way to get all of these in the first try. Oh, yeah, that's actually a good point. The Pickery from Minish Cap, they have an explanation for that. That's why I always find things like rupees and hearts under pots, and in grass piles and things like that. Of course, then that brings up whole new problems. It's like in the timeline, never mind. Nobody wants to discuss the timeline here. That's a bad idea. It's a dark road, and we're gonna forget it. Yo, sir, have you been going through life without one of my hold anything bottles? Well, step right up and make your life complete. I've got one on sale now for the low, low price of 100 rupees. Come on down to Tits. We have... if you walk out of here with a brand new bottle, I will let you snap my suspenders. I am that crazy right now. Speaking of leaving, I gots to go. See you later, Arbok. That's a shame. You're probably the only person in this room who would actually get that reference. Where to now? probably want to go in that well, don't we? That looks oddly suspicious. I also know that if we run into some of these people, they will call the guards because apparently we're being hailed as a kidnapper. Hey! Bombs, bombs galore. Can we go back to the castle now, though, is the question. So, we just easily got over 100 rupees. Probably more than enough for the potion on top of other things. Is there anything else in town we'd want to buy, or just that? Where are the shops? Steer clear of you. Where are the important places? Nobody. Just an abandoned building. Well, why'd you even put it there, then? You don't make any sense. Isn't there a way to blow that open? Nope. I'm gonna get that wrong so many times before it's right. Yes? You need to blow open a hole in... Yeah! I'm remembering some things. Some things are coming to me. And all of these have... Okay, more bombs, rupees, arrows. We don't even have the bow yet. That's different. The game lets you do that? That's kind of impressive. Huh. Prepare for an item you haven't even acquired at this moment. See, I kind of like that because it builds up anticipation. It's like, ah. Now I actually want to go forward in the game until that happens. It's motivating in a weird way. I know you can enter from the back of one of these buildings. I don't know which, though. Ah, hi, buddy. Yeah, how about some of these? Thank you very much. This is the medicine of life. It helps you recover your life. So just pop that when we're about to die and we'll be fine? We, until we have the bug net, we can't put a fairy into a bottle. Where do we get that? Do we have to talk to somebody specific in the town here, or... Whoa, I saw her. Very nice young lady at the waterfall of Wishing in the hills where the river begins. Dthlurk, you should meet her at least once. I'm sure you will like her. In the waterfall, you say? At the waterfall of Wishing in the hills where the river begins. Okay, so now we have a landmark to follow. And to look for the golden powers not returned. Ah, I know what happened to that guy. See, that part of the game I recall. Ah, this is the building where you walk into the back. News. Even in Legend of Zelda, there's always going to be some misinterpretations. You know, especially when it didn't really begin like, hey, we didn't actually intend people to take this timeline at face value. Now we just kind of have to make it up as we go. Remind me never to make that mistake, to plan out that kind of thing in the future. Another bottle already? Huh. So I didn't even have to buy the one. I mean, it's nice to have both a health potion and a fairy whenever I get the net. Which I think this guy's gonna give me. I can't go out because I'm sick. People say I caught this cold from the evil air that's coming down off the mountain. The miasma theory was busted a century ago. Also Mario. This is my bug catching net. I'll use it when I'm better, but for now I'll lend it to you. By the way, if you ever have to sneeze or like cough or something, you like aim it into your arm or your elbow, because if you cough into your hands or sneeze into your hands, you're just getting the germs all over them, and that makes it worse. Pro hygiene tips from your friends here at Team Pizza. I wonder. Bah. What are you doing in this game? Get out. I think there's one more thing we can do in town. Like, it just seems to be a tradition, and I think it started in this game, that you can blow open the wall in somebody's house. Like, typically the mayor's. Hey, come back here. Chicken! Yeah, you're even more of a chicken than the cuckoos. How does that make you feel? Yeah, there we go. Careful with the act. Oh, no. I didn't want to pick you. What? What were you doing hiding in there? Oh no, I actually rumbled his hiding place. It's like, oh man. I'm shy. I don't like the other cuckoos looking at me. Pro tips from Dr. Fnu. Alternate universe Fnu is a doctor. This one chose to actually follow his career of being an internet personality. Have I ever mentioned that before? Like, I was at a crossroads in my life once upon a time. I had several different paths I could have gone down. One of them that I wanted to be was a doctor. I wanted to be somebody, because one of my greatest joys is helping people, like doing what I can to make their lives a little better. In this case, I'm giving people something to laugh at, sometimes anyway.
Long ago, a prosperous people known as the Hylia inhabited this land. Legends tell many treasures that the Hylia hid throughout the land. The Master's Sword, Mighty Blade.
Hiding in the forest. I know exactly where it is, but we can't get it yet. For that, we actually need to talk to Shargaraga, whatever his name is. Where are we going? Wanted. This is the criminal who kidnapped Zelda. Call a soldier if you see him. Plenty of people have seen me. They just haven't run into me quite yet. Where am I supposed to go next? I know I'm supposed to talk to somebody in town, yes? Somebody has, like, special dialogue, or... So your MMO role would probably be the healer? Yes! You are right on the money. I actually love playing support. Even in Team Fortress 2, my favorite class is the medic. I'm pretty good with that syringe gun. Well, I don't know what my favorite class is. It's either the medic or the pyro. The pyro's simple enough for anybody to play. Like, well, there is some complexity to it. Like, you can tell a good pyro from a bad pyro. Depending on which routes they take and when they know to back out of a fight. But I also love medics because if you play a medic, you're immediately useful. People just like you being there. Yeah, where is this dude? Is he, like, north of the village, or... Hang on, this guy marked it on my map, didn't he, where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, he did. So at the front of the building there, I gotta talk to somebody in there? Isn't this the same Link from 1 and 2 and he's 18 in this game? I'm pretty sure that's not the case. It's usually a brand new Link and a brand new Zelda every single time. At least that's what I've been led to believe, anyway. Same Link from Zelda 1 and 2. I know the Link in Zelda 1 and 2 is the same Link, but... Did we already talk to you? It's deep in the forest, yes. Must be someone in the village who knows where he is. You take care now. Someone in the village, so we gotta talk around and figure out where this guy is. God. No. Stop. Continue. Stop and continue. Stop, drop, and roll and catch fire. Now there's such things. Nah, this is a new one? Okay. That's what I thought. Isn't there like a... Ah, right, there is a secret to that. If you mess around with Mario, you actually get a few extra rupees. I thought I had seen that somewhere. Now, who have I not visited yet? Seems like every single one of these buildings has gotten a visit from us at least once. I think we snuck around you already. Yeah, because this building was empty, and then we go south a little bit. I'm looking for the old man who tells us to go hunting down the pendants. That's my current goal. No, you've just got a bunch of chickens and a hole in your wall now. Some hero we are, right? Yeah, you better run. I'll take whatever item lets you do that if I can catch up to you. You already gave me your net. I already stole your treasure. Maybe it's this house? Dude, you need to mow your lawn. You can get some complaints from the neighborhood association if you keep that up. Hi, Dithlerk. Sorry about my yard, it's a little overgrown. Thanks for visiting. Glad to have company to talk to. I'll tell you an interesting story. There's a lake swimming with Zoras at the source of the river, but it's hard to find. Treasure of Zora can turn people into fish. I'd love to see that. Keep hearing about the river. Like, maybe we should just follow that now? The guy's along that path somewhere? We've already been in the bar. Nope, stop it. Yeah, we're down there. That X. That X is what's bothering me, because we've already been in that house. But he is the same Link in Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages and Seasons. So yeah, this guy is the most traveled Link out of all of them. He's been on the most adventures. First he was here, and then he went off training. He went off on that boat trip to go training. And then he came back once he was a little stronger. And then he went off on that whole kerfuffle in both Labrina and... what was the name of the other kingdom? Oh, it's escaping me right now. Holdrum? I think that's right. Down Temple of Seasons, plunge Holdrum into chaos. I think that was the line. I'm gonna get over that one of these days. I don't know why I'm so used to... why I think the map is gonna be on select. Holodrum? I think that's it, yes. For some reason, I thought it was Ho-Ho-Drum. Apparently, I've got Pokemon more on the brain than I thought. Yeah, that's where I'm supposed to be. Go into the forest and find somebody who can tell you about that. You know what? When all else fails, go consult the local fortune teller. They'll tell you what's going on in this world. Or I could just ask the chat. The only lead I have to go on, I've seen people talk to this old man that's in the ruins, who is, hey, that time I actually remember the correct button. He's up in if I go off in this direction here, I follow that path off to the right, across the bridge, I think, or, no, it's this whole bit right here, like these ruins, like that house up in the top left corner. Haven't played Seasons, only Ages on my old Game Boy Color. I owned both. Like, those are some of my favorite Zelda games, hands down. I love how big that adventure is. And the fact that I beat those games in every possible way. Like, I started off with Seasons and then Ages because I have an affinity for the color red. And then when I did it backwards. I did Ages and then Seasons, transferring over my data just to see what was different. And man, I actually got some of my favorite moments in the entire series are through that. Like, the fact that the data carries over, like, the game doesn't really, it gets way better in the second one. That's part of what, which of these do I have to push? Is it only that one that, yeah, no. I've had enough. You don't get to do memes in this chat. We're perfectly fine without you. So that's an actual corpse. Can't pick up rocks yet. We need the power glove. I thought that was just the black ones, though. Why are they colored different? Maybe we need, like, a level... Was that a bomb? Was that a booby trap we just found hidden under there? Excuse you? I'm gonna remember you did that. Because, you know, bees. Well, let me ask you another question, Gorguts. You like jazz? Landmines, my dude. Well, forget me then. Hi. I will soothe your wounds and comfort your weariness. Close your eyes and relax. You know, the only time... Out of all of the beautiful women that Link has ever encountered with, the only one that I think is... What are the times that she's actually reciprocated? I don't know exactly how... Isn't there a tragic ending? Like, you can tell me, because I'm never going to go back to this game. Isn't there, like, a tragic ending to Skyward Sword? Like, she has to be locked in crystal or something? Those two can't actually be together? Or did it end well? Like, there actually is a romantic relationship going on there at the end. I know there was something... Spirit... Everybody gives that game credit for being the first one to have Link and Zelda actually have feelings for one another, and I'm just sitting there thinking, have you never played Spirit Tracks? Hell, that was one of my favorite Zelda games for quite a while, simply for that exact reason. Like, it fixed a lot of the things that... A lot of the concepts I really liked in, Oh, the archers actually drop arrows. That's kind of cool. It's a neat little touch, actually. It fixed a lot of the ideas that I liked in Phantom Hourglass, but weren't implemented quite as well as they could have been. Plus, it had kind of a... I liked the idea of that timeline sort of moving on to bigger things. Like, the blood of the heroes was starting to run thin. Like, it's time to start a new legend, a new type of tale. Which, unfortunately, means we probably aren't going to get any new games out of that, from that style anymore. But, hey, it was nice while it lasted. Waterfall of Wishing is just ahead. Taunt me more, why don't ya? Even if it was just holding hands. I mean... You know. Sort of just like jazz. Just specific songs, right? Or certain artists. Quick, somebody out there, name a dedicated jazz artist off the top of your head. And no, Satchmo doesn't count. I mean, he does. But everybody knows that one. It's too obvious, which is why in this particular instance, I want you to try a little harder. Name the 5th person to walk on the moon without Googling it. Is that still a thing? Is the Wendy's Twitter account still being an absolute troll to everyone in the universe? I haven't been following it recently. My attention has been on the Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account. I've actually followed a lot of artists recently, just because I like opening the... I'm sort of taking the same path that TB, Total Biscuit, has been taking, in that I need something to break up the constant politics and heaviness that's been happening recently. So, my grandpa has a jazz band. In that case, yes, that does count. You kind of lucked out on this challenge. That's an interesting combat setup. One of them's firing projectiles, so I've got to constantly be on the move, hitting the other guy. Like, I've got to stick and move, stick and move. Keep firing that sword as much as I can. Firing the sword. I mean, mashing the button at the least. This looks like somewhere I don't need to be right now. Right? I don't think I've seen anybody actually go into this house. Oh, it's another fortune teller. How about that? I guess I should have been able to tell from the weird way the building looked. I thought that might have been a house where you encounter a ghost. Again, that's me thinking back to something like Link's Awakening. Yep, little... Oh, hey, river Zoras. We don't see those in the games very much anymore. Nintendo, much like the Pokemon Company, I think it was Red, learned a long time ago, if you make something human-like, it's a bit more attractive to people. They tend to respond to them a little better. Oh, shop. Never underestimate your garlic knife. It's a piece of shit, but it's your piece. It's an awful sword, but it's mine, and I love it. Wait a second, did we just return home? We did? Can I sleep in my bed and just restore all my health here? Anytime I like. Aw, Grandpa. He's not here. Can I take the bed with me? No. Fine. I mean, I'm tempted, but I can't break my own pots. They've laid there that entire time. It's like breaking open a piggy bank. You've grown an attachment to the little thing, and once you do, you don't have it anymore. It's like, why do we even put money in it to begin with? Also, I'm a little curious now. Because I don't think we can go back down the, What am I trying to say? Back down... No, go away. Go away. Dang, that guy had a heck of an arm on him. Yeah, I don't think we can go back the way we came with the sanctuary, yeah? Like, I don't think we can... Unless we want to go all the way through the dungeon and back into the castle again. Which I might, but there's probably a better way to do this. Like, can I go back through the sanctuary before I throw myself down that hole? Is that door closed now so that nobody could follow us up? Because I think I saw it close. I'm very curious what's behind those walls, and I have the bombs for it. Apparently they upped their guard here. Way stronger people with way better weapons. Ah, jerk. It's called a hit stun. You can't be What? Let me get behind you. That was interesting. Okay, let's just not break any more bushes unless we know something special is going to come out of it at this point. I found a landmine. There was a guy just hiding under that one. And Uncle's not here anymore. I just waited for the landmine. See, apparently there's also a way to get a really good, like, No! I see you. I was like, what am I supposed to do in this situation? We've just got a bomb just sitting there, and I've got a landmine right in front of me on top of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you guys and go back in. And this will just leave us right back to the church, aren't we? Like, they call it a sanctuary, but that's what it is. Nintendo was kind of infamous for that back in the day. Like, they wanted to remove all, like, religious references, any kind of religious or holy reference, because they didn't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. I don't blame them. This was around the time that they started doing the... Well, no, it was more of the family-friendly thing. Oh, right, because you need 2 people to do this. So we do have to go back through the sanctuary, don't we? Okay. Just walked straight through him until I realized, oh, wait a second, he actually... Oh my god, the noise. They didn't realize this was a bad idea yet, so it's still in the game. Thank you. You want to give me one too? No? Well, forget you then. I'm not a speedrunner. I don't know how to manipulate those drops, so we just kind of have to keep fighting and hope for the best here. Keep them at an angle so they just walk straight into my strikes. I see you guys to just leave the front gate open for me. I can come and go as I please. As the game progresses, a lot more interesting overworld enemies become basic spear and sword dudes. Kind of a disappointment. Would have been cool if the overworld got harder as the game progressed. I think they tried to make it harder. And that might be what they did with the Dark World, really. It's like, hey, this is what you know, except stranger, and different, and hostile all over the place. You don't have the item yet to get back there. Okay. Oh, I probably need the gloves or something like that. That's probably what I'm missing here. Where am I going? Where are these ruins hiding from? Okay. Over the river and through the woods. Quite literally in this case. Like, you're not gonna run that past me. Like, Zelda's got a very specific set of items you have to work with every time. If it's not one thing, it's another, typically. And you... This is a fairy fountain, yes? Hey. Yeah, work all of that weariness out of my shoulders. Thank you. I can't actually feel your hands, but the magic does a good enough job. It's like I'm psychically touching you, and somehow that makes it even weirder. It's sort of like... I caught a bit, like the first half of the Fantastic Beasts movie the other day when I was at CSL. That's my favorite thing about going there these days, is I get to see all of the movies that I should have watched a while ago. And I get to... Alright. You've had enough. You're done here. Let's move swiftly along with our lives and talk to this guy, finally. What kind of voice did I get on? I already spent my... my Decker voice. I'm indeed Sahasrara, the village elder and a descendant of the 7 wise men. Oh, really? The Slurk. I'm surprised a young man like you is searching for the sword of evil's bane. Not just anyone can use that weapon. Legends say only the hero who has won the 3 pendants can wield a sword. You really want to find it? I mean, yeah, I kind of like the part of the game that I've played so far. Good. As a test, can you retrieve the pendant of courage from the East Palace? If you bring it here, I'll tell you more of the legend and give you a magical artifact. Now go forward to the palace. Now, here's my question. Aren't we supposed to have the dash boots by now? Like, is there a way to beat that guy in the town? Because I've seen people, I've seen speedrunners, like, break through this with the boots. Like, how do we get to that guy? Do we, like, have to lure him into a wall or something? Like, where he can't escape? We have to approach him from a particular direction or something like that? I was watching a stream that wasn't FNU for once, but that's over, so I'm here. Hey, welcome to the chat, Quez. Thanks for coming tonight, man. It's good to branch out. Like, believe it or not, the world is bigger than me. There are probably people... I thought that was my sword button. I'm just so used to confirmation being my attack. Instinctively, when I'm in terrifying situations like a walking statue, I'm just default to it. Simple answer to this, FNU. Soon. Alright, fine. Now, here's the thing, though. You might have to bash me over the head with that info, because in A Link Between Worlds, I went to almost the entire game without figuring out how to outspeed that guy. Like, that was the solution there. Like, I had to jump down to him. I didn't even realize that... No, I didn't even realize that what I had to do was, like, sneak up behind him. I went almost the entire game without the Pegasus boots. Then again, that is the kind of game that allows you to just do things however you want, so you didn't necessarily need them. I knew that was an item in the first game, but... You want me, you're gonna have to come after me. Stop camping the stairs, you jerk. Here. Here. This is my gift to you. Don't forget to start every day with a bang. That's in a random. Ah, sup, Peaches? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? Thanks for letting me know. So that is a random thing. See, I've watched other people play random runs, probably more than I've watched them play normal runs, so my memory could very well be lying to me in places in this game. That's the first door, but shouldn't we explore the other ones? Like, that's the one that it seems they want me to go through. Glad that led to absolutely nowhere. And the only information that fed me is that in the middle is in fact a path, so... Okay. Look for things under pots, duly noted. Also, that switch right there. How many people did that by accident without even seeing the visual indication there? So in which timeline does BS Zelda reign as canon? Nintendo's awfully cagey about that kind of thing, aren't they? Because if we're taking one game seriously, we need to take all of them seriously, don't we? Like, that's a joke, but I would really respect them if they found some way to make it make sense. Like, the fact that Link is, like, in Smash Brothers fighting Mario. They find some sort of timeline reason for that. Like, Pokemon pulled it off. They did the whole, like, yeah, we fully admit that we're messing around with dimensional technology. Like, Pokeballs are just basically an entire other space devoted specifically to that creature. And it's hinted that that's how, like, box technology works, too. I also kind of like the anime explanation where they just get sent off to a ranch somewhere, but then again, Oak would have a heck of a time taking care of a Rayquaza for me. You have to defeat this castle, then go back to him and you'll get the boots. Okay. Jumping skeletons. They don't very much like pots, though. That I learned from the Game Boy games. Nice. That one I remembered. How much of this is just going to be, like, my brain substituting other people's experiences for something that I've done before? It might somewhat look like I know what I'm doing, but I assure you, this is all just hearsay. Or maybe this is, right! I get it now. Layers, donkey! This game has layers, and not all of them lead you somewhere. Yeah, that was a big thing back in the day, wasn't it? Like, the fact that there were, like, floors to the dungeon, and you could interact with them without going up and down a staircase. Again, first place I experienced that was in, Link's Awakening. Like, full-on dungeons. In fact, I think that was my very first Legend of Zelda game, which, again, might explain why it's my favorite, even though I've played games that are technically, like, objectively better than it. Let's see here. Top left corner? Oh, no, we actually have to fight skeletons. Skeletons. Ah! Now we're gonna have to do this the hard way. I saw that flashing up in the corner, and again, because I'm used to the Game Boy games, I thought, oh god, something is gonna start firing, shooting fireballs at me. Just for no reason. I hate Ice Palace for that layer stuff. Ooh. At least now I know what to look out for. Thanks for the heads up. Many worlds theory. What my writing multiverse uses. Which is central to my idea to a Dynasty Wars. Fair enough. Like, that's actually one of my favorite videos that MatPat Game Theory's ever done. Is, like, explaining, well, you can't have two timelines if there's different results, right? Like, you're not traveling through time. These are different possibilities. It's not like Future Link went back in time. It's like, what if I didn't beat Ganon? Also, that's... Again, used to the other games, it's like, oh, they do it... I have to remind myself that they do it differently here. I can't just open that yet. I have to find the big key and bring it back here. I had to stop myself there. It's like, oh, I can just grab the dungeon item now. Nope. Go off to another part of the dungeon and come back, friend. Run away! Anti-fairies. Although, can't I just get rid of those things with the boomerang? There's an easy solution around that. They just turn themselves into normal fairies if I do that? Or is that only in the other games? That's a handheld, maybe that's a handheld exclusive trick. Any other skeletons? You hiding from me? Hello? I thought there would have been a reward in here. Oh! There is! But why on earth were you hiding under the last pot? Oh, I was hiding under the first pot. You just started at the wrong end. Oh, my... silly me, I should have known. Falling, going back up, falling some more, holes everywhere. Reminds me of Eagle's Tower, honestly. Although, to be fair, that had a really cool mechanic of, like... And most people didn't even see it. Like, if you go back to the rest of the dungeon, you can actually see all of the cool stuff that they do. Okay, so... How does speedrunners do this? There's a way to grab that pot and activate that switch without doing what you're supposed to do in this room. Oh, for crying out loud. It requires, like, coming in from an angle and, like, mashing the button, and if you do it right, you're pretty much guaranteed to die. Something like that. So I see you like JRPGs also. Uh-oh. Well, that's what I get for not paying attention. Welcome to the chat, Swift Fujin. Welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? Yeah. I just thought it was a really cute GIF. I had seen it once before, and it's like, you know, I have a Bits cup. I probably need to hire somebody to keep track of that. I mean, it's your guys' money that you've given to me. I wanted to make sure that it stays nice and shiny before I put it in the bank. It's not your fault, man. This is why I apologize to people in advance when they drop a follow. Because they know this kind of thing is going to happen. You're all good. First boss down on my end. Took me like 12 deaths. Dang, you're outpacing me really quickly. Yeah, again, like, I've never actually had somebody play a game alongside me before. I don't think I've ever done, like, a competition or anything like that, a race. Or some people are just doing it for fun, that kind of thing. Is there a way to do this faster? I mean, I've got a projectile weapon of my own, but I'm pretty sure the boomerang doesn't actually do damage. Oh, to skeletons it might. And they don't hop away from that. Well, look at that. Although that's 4 hits, so it might not be the best solution to this problem. Love that Showbits gif, though. Yeah, I do too. Thought it added just enough flavor to all of this. My whole layout, I find that's one of the best ways to do, like, any creative endeavor is just go with what feels right. Like, add a part of yourself, your own personality, just whatever pops into your head. Run it by people, see what works and what doesn't. Eventually you'll find something that... You'll find something nice. Which, speaking of which, if anybody wants to subscribe tonight, you'll see another thing people have given me a lot of great feedback on. Played Sonic Forces alongside you. Bought it while you were streaming as well. Wow. Nice. I'm glad I convinced somebody to check that game out. I'll reiterate again what I said that night. I just love that game because of how dumb it is. Like, it just embraces the fact that it doesn't try to take itself seriously. Like, that line, the fact that I called that line of, "It's been generations since I've seen you." There we go. Now that I've gotten rid of all of them, you guys will disappear, or dissipate at the very least. If I throw the boomerang at you, maybe you'll disappear. What's that Zelda game where... No! Boomerang strats don't work here. That came later. Good to know. These guys are a threat no matter what you throw at them. So wait, wait. The big key. Can't even afford Wrigley's gum. Yeah, I know that feeling. Why do you think I'm streaming 4 times a week? You can kill the boss in here with the boomerang, but I seriously don't recommend it. It takes forever. Make sure to use your arrows right. Well, I've got 30 of them. Hopefully, that's close to enough. Oh, right. These are the guys that actually fight back at you, too. Are these skulls just going to keep chasing me? Probably. Let's see. Get close enough to you. Oh, wait a second. Actually... Ah! I've totally lost track of where he is. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. If it has an eye on it, you shoot arrows at it. Zelda 101 over here. I should have remembered that going into that. I've played how many of these games? No, actually, that's a good question. Which of these have I played? So, Link's Awakening, Ages and Seasons. I beat Ocarina of Time later on in my life. Just because the Shadow Temple and the Spirit Temple freaked me out so much, but I've told that story before, too. What else? I've beaten Phantom Hourglass. I've almost beaten Wind Waker. I've seen the ending since then, but I've seen other people play through it to the end. What else? It'll come to me eventually. Uh-oh. That one? Yes. Run! Cannonball Run. You know, it's a... See, I use that phrase, and I just realized a movie I haven't watched in a while I should probably see again, see if it's as good as I remember it being, is Rat Race. I remember loving that movie, thinking it was hilarious when I was younger. I wonder if it's aged well. Well, that arrow's never gonna realize its true destiny. Save Whatthefnu? I mean, I really didn't have an opportunity there. This guy's immune to my sword, so... Or is he? What if I try a spin attack? Now that you've said that, see if I can. I can't trigger just the one. Nope. Those ones are serious business. So I guess I'll just not spend the pots. I keep forgetting which button is the item button. Wake up. Up! At least they drop arrows for me. Nope. Now, how come he could walk up that plane, but I couldn't shoot arrows down that way? That was odd. Rat Race was amazing. Glad I'm not alone on that one. That ending was also kind of perfect, I think. Well, not perfect. That's a little too strong a word for most creative endeavors. There are very few perfect things in this world. I've realized they do exist, but it's not a word you should use lightly. What was I gonna say? It's a very satisfying ending at the very least, I guess is a great word. It's like, yeah, we just turned that around on the guy. The person who inadvertently made our lives hell for the past week. Get you. Nail you in the face. Now I just gotta pay attention. Which might be a little more, asking a bit more of me than I'm willing to give. Oh, I almost missed that one too. Case in point. One puzzle that makes you close the DS to get the map stamp. Yeah, that one bugged me too. I was doing everything. Like, I was pressing every button, like messing around with the touch screen. And then I actually went online, and I think even the game facts I looked at was like, this is the dumbest puzzle ever. Like, do you want to know? Because you'll never... Uh-oh. What did I just do? Oh. Hey, ladies. Hang on. Don't run into me quite yet. What are ladies like you doing cooped up in this place? Come on, let's go on an adventure together. I'm totally not doing this to keep myself from dying again. Is this your first playthrough? Yes, it is. I am going into this as blind as a person can possibly go in. I've played just about every Legend of Zelda game except this one. Hell, I even tried to force my way through Skyward Sword there for a while. Ice Cold Koopa keeps bringing that one back up again. I know he's just yanking my chain, but still. Man, I wish I liked Skyward Sword more than I actually do. 'Cause it's got some really cool ideas. Like, it did the whole upgrade system before Breath of the Wild did. I was like, oh man, that's actually a really cool idea. Like the fact that I can upgrade my equipment. I mean, it was tied to the plot, but my first idea when I heard about this was like, oh man, do I get to upgrade the sword? Do I get to build that thing up and like make it stronger based on how much I'm willing to explore and poke around in hidden areas, maybe get some special materials here and there? The only special material in that game that you really have to worry about, though, is the blue bird feathers, which, again, I looked online. Thank goodness I figured out a great place to grind for those. Ever play Twilight Princess? Yes, I've played through most of that game. I have not finished it, though. I think I stopped just before Hyrule Castle. Yes, I got through the Zant boss battle, but I did not go back to Hyrule. That's where I left that one off. I don't know why I lose interest in Zelda games in the post-game. Maybe it's just left over from my days with Ocarina of Time. It's just that part of my brain just wants to give up when I get close to the end of the game. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, Twilight Princess is a great game, though. See, I never really got the whole dark for the sake of it thing. Like, those moments everybody likes to point out, like the whole telling the legend of the ancient Hyruleans, like that sequence never really struck me as too bad. Like it didn't like stand out to me like Shadow the Hedgehog levels or anything like. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, start moving, guys. I know you're supposed to stand over here. I've seen this boss battle be fought enough times. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Come on. It only took me all of my arrows, but I'm gonna try and get the... You almost saw it there. I was trying to do... have a little style points here. I've seen that glitch where you can do like the spin and the sparkle still follows you even though your sprite stays the same. I'll try and do that at least once with these pendants. We need another Twilight Princess-like. Was there people who said it was bad because I never got it? Yeah. If it's different, people will always say it's bad. I mean, sometimes it's deserved. In the case of like Star Fox Zero and whatnot, but that's from a gameplay standpoint. No, mostly because nobody likes motion controls. Having to flip-flop between the two screens and whatnot. What the heck, man?
Oh, you got the Pendant of Courage. Now I'll tell you more of the legend. 3 or 4 generations ago, an order of knights protected the royalty of Hylia. I'm also in the middle of Persona 5, Final Fantasy X HD.
Wow. Good luck with all that. Those are all games that are going to take you quite a while, especially if you want to 100% them. Had to use Boomerang with that guy. Got it.
Carry this with you. It's a treasure passed down by the families of the wise men. I want you to have it.
Ah, now we get the boots. Hold the A button for a short time. Oh, okay. Now I get it. That's why they wait until afterwards to do this, because then you could just rush straight through and get all of the rupees. Okay. I think everybody's like that. We've all got a backlog, which is why the site Backloggery exists. They even make it really fun. Like, I think Proton John is the person who taught me that website existed. Like, he pointed out the whole, the whole fortune cookie thing he does. That's where he finds all of his games. It's like, yeah, I've just never finished these before. Or you can set it like, set it only to games that I've never completed or games that I haven't finished or just anything. Like, take something random here. All right. So now we got the boots. See, I thought he gave you the boots. That's where I got confused. I thought the guy in town gave me the boots, sorry. So, okay. What's that trick where... Hang on, wait. This is something I know about. Okay. How am I supposed to do this? Where's this part of the map? I kind of missed the Game Boy game already. Simply because if I wanted to check something on the map, if I wanted to go to a specific square, the map was organized by squares. So, wait a second. You follow me over here, where you can't get support from your archer buddy. Not, what, get out of my hitbox. There's only room for me in here. You aren't paying me rent either. Sword stabbing doesn't count. We only take rupees in this establishment, and even then, you're still trying to kill me, so I think I have the right to decline you that membership. Okay, so let's see if I can do this correctly. Apparently, I want to take a trip, so let's get at the top of this screen. So yeah, that's as close as I can get without going below. So let's, no, not that one. Let's actually get rid of these enemies so that they won't bug me here while I'm trying to get this set up. So, you drop a bomb, push yourself down with a boost, and then dash backwards. Now, theoretically, my position should be offset. So if I try to do a screen transition by using the bush on the side of the castle there. If I try going in there now, I'll instead be sent to an invalid room, which in most versions of the game is the Chris O'Houlihan room. Let's see if I did it right. Secrets? Nope. Dang, I wonder what I did wrong. Maybe I didn't do it fast enough. Like, yeah, place the bomb and force yourself down and just dash immediately, or, well, whatever. Hi, guys. Just felt like visiting again. Don't mind me. I'm the basement inspector. This is certainly a basement. You pass. We're the space police. Fuck the police. Not now, Ice Cube. I hate it when games do that. When they put in trophies or achievements that actually require online play, because those servers are going to go down eventually. It's like, just for the sake of future-proofing, why would you do that? Like, you want people to be able to enjoy this game 10 years down the line, right? I think about those kinds of things. Then again, I'm still in the indie space, so... Yo, Simon Ashtier, welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? Glad to see you, man. Oh, I see somebody else, but that was a friend point, so unless they say something, I'm not going to give them a call out. Respect people's privacy and lurking privileges and whatnot. Where are we going now? We need the other pendants. Like, this is where I start to get even Wait, we do have one. Why'd I do that? Those are precious. Don't you know you only get a certain number of those? Pardon me, sir. Just coming through. You don't mind if I stab you with this sword on my way to the town, do you? Just taking a break and wanted to ask a question. Okay. Fire away. I'm open as long as it's nothing too personal. Exchange wins for wins, that kind of thing. Phrasing! I haven't seen a lot of Archer, but I think I've seen half of an episode, and I'm intrigued by what I've seen. It's one of those, like, I know it's gonna be one of those things, like, it's gonna be like Metalocalypse. I'm not gonna laugh at it at all when I see it the first time, but days later, I'm gonna be thinking about the more ridiculous moments and smiling to myself. It's like, I woke up with a clown's hand down my pants. That's what I did today. What made you pick Zelda Link to the Past? A friend of mine started streaming recently, and he's never played Link to the Past either, so it's his game of the month, starting Saturday. My whole, basically, my idea was, I got a lot of people asking me to do the randomizer. So it's like, well, I've never played the original, so if I want to get around to doing that eventually, I'm gonna... Pay me 20 rupees and I'll let you open one chest. You can keep what is inside. What will you do? Alright, open the chest you like. This is my I'm not cheating song. I'm totally not saving my position. Never mind that text on screen. 50 rupees. Okay, that's good. But is it the best reward we could possibly get? What? What? That's weird. The game reset itself. Oh my god. What? The game's resetting itself again, guys. What's going on here? So is there more to this? Can I actually get a heart piece from this if I do it correctly, or is it just for money? Wait, only 20 rupees. Huh? Hold on, let me experiment with that again. Oh, that time it was 50. Can open in more chess games over. Okay. Is there some Link to the Past event I'm missing? No. It's just a big coincidence. I want to... Ashidaru in the chat is the one who wanted me to play the randomizer. It's like, well, I need to know how the base game works before I just start doing something really crazy like that. So, here we are. Here I am, on the road again. Do you know a person named Zakel? I heard she was a boss. I do. She was in here at the start of the stream. She's actually been really helpful with a lot of things. She's been a really good friend and acquaintance through a lot of the things I've been doing here on Twitch. Really helpful, trying to help me grow bigger and giving me some really good advice. Invited me to a community she's running not too long ago, which... Oh shoot, I forgot to put in the tag for that. I don't know what it is either off the top of my head. I'll have to ask her about that so that I know in the future. Now that we've taken the back way back to town, which is fine because we got some treasure along the way anyway. Hey! Man, I haven't had the right idea and it stopped me for some reason. Zakel is helpful to all? Connect. Yes, that's the one. But is that the name of the tag I need to put below my stream? Oi! Oi! It, like, stops you just before you catch up to the guy. You've got to be pinpoint precise. Come on! You got to know exactly when it's going to happen. That's a really weird rhythm. I ain't got rhythm, man. I find it tedious to repeat. Stop it! Can't believe you caught me. With your speed, it must have been easy to kidnap Zelda. You don't look like such a bad guy, though. Anyway, because you have such quick feet, it'd be a good idea to run and bash into many things. For example, the trees in this village have many useful things hanging in their branches. Well, just try it, okay? Interesting. Sup, Starliquin? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? I'm just waiting for the tree that I bashed my head into that's gonna drop another guard. And I'm gonna be really mad at that dude. I'm probably gonna hit every single tree except the one that gives me the reward he wanted to share with me. What do we got? Is it this one? Eh, one more fairy. Do you... See, I know this is not how it actually works, but somebody made a joke one time about, do you think Link just like bites their heads off and sucks out the innards? It's like he's like a spider when it comes to fairies, and I'm like, I can never get the image out of my head right now. Like, it's like kicking Marge in the, in Simpsons Hit and Run. It's just something that's so ridiculous to do in context. It's too entertaining despite how morbid it is. Dang, that's probably something useful that happens later, isn't it? I know you can break those. Was there another one of those over by the graveyard here? Can I break open these blocks? I could break a group of them, but not like a single block. Visual communication, it's your friend. I think we're actually headed to Death Mountain right now, aren't we? Gotta go climb a mountain peak, which I think is off in this direction. Say, what are you? Hey, piece of heart. Our first one out of 4, and many, many more to come if we're paying attention. Can we do anything about those big blocks yet with our dash boots, or is it only the little clumps of small ones that we can break open? Also, watch out for sparkle rocks. Swing your sword at them. You know, I love how I went through all the trouble of buying a potion for 150 rupees, and I still haven't, all the times I died, I still haven't, I still haven't used it. I didn't think to once use the item. Like, I just like having it. And again, that's probably a habit left over from the Game Boy days. Going to see Trixie, and it's just like, yeah, this'll activate whenever. You don't have to worry about it. Apparently, I do. Pizza Hearth? No? That's not how that works at all, so I've got to get some gloves somewhere else. Danger, do not enter Death Mountain without the King's permission. Well, the King's currently a little busy with the fact that he's got an evil sorcerer running his kingdom for him, and last time I was in the castle, nobody appreciated my presence too much, so we'll just leave that be for a little. Hey, you guys! Both the, like, spiders that have the bushes on their back, and these guys. Yo, this Thurk! Mysterious fog has recently fallen over the forest. We have to be careful. Maybe it's nothing, but this tree feels kind of strange as we cut it. Oh, come on. I know that's a thing. I gotta rush into the tree. Or maybe that's like a Dark World hint, what that guy told us. Like, we have to keep that in mind when we eventually make our way to the other half of the game. Oh, nothing there. House of the Lumberjacks. Bumpkin. You have 5 hearts. Is it worth? You have 5 hearts. Is it worth it? Are exclusives to the GBA port. I want pizza, but I can't even afford gum. That's the second time you've mentioned that, and it seems a little specific. Is there a story behind this? I feel like there is. Something in the back of my head is telling me there is. So you like every Zelda ever. The king is also dead. You see that in the... Oh, okay. That's a good question. Do I like every Zelda ever? No, I don't. I'm one of the guys who had problems with Skyward Sword. I'm gonna use this terminology. I put up with that game as long as I possibly could. Oh, hi. 100 rupees, I'll let you open 1 chest and keep the treasure that's inside. Sure. Open the chest you like. Don't mind me here. The music's gonna count out for just a second. Is it just money again? One of these has got to have, like, a heart piece or something, yeah? That's 1. I like how I got it right on the first try, too. So, what? This is weird. Is it just randomizing itself on every frame? Am I not actually getting it correct here? Yeah, you can't hold that against me. I got it right on the first try, so the save states didn't matter anyway. I just wanted to know if there was a better reward in there somewhere. Just money, honey. Okay. I think other than Skyward Sword, though, yes, I do like every single Zelda game I've ever played. Again, Phantom Hourglass, it was a little tedious, but I still managed to get my way through it. I'm a little more critical these days, so that I might not like it as much as I used to. Hello. I think the one in the Dark World has the heart. Okay. Hey, piece of heart. Speaking of which, pieces of heart don't restore your health in this one? Hey kid, this is a secret hideout for a gang of thieves. Don't enter without permission. By the way, I heard one of our ex-members is staying at the entrance to the desert. That's a neat little detail. It's the Master Sword. No, I know better. I've seen the grove where that thing is hanging out. What? Aye. Don't you... Oh. Of thieves. I get it now. I see what's gonna happen here. So I'm just gonna make my way downtown. There's not much to see downtown other than the dancing spiders, but hey, they do their best. Hey, a mushroom. Take that, thanks. Did you notice that thing was moving before we picked it up? It smells like sweet, rotten fruit. Give this to anyone who wants it. Of which there's only one in this universe. Not many people are too keen on mushrooms that move by themselves, anyway. I think this is how we get to this thing. Yeah, here we go. If you start this game on, like, I think there's a version of, like, New Game Plus or whatever where you can actually translate this text. No, you need the book. I think that's what you need to do. I'm gonna remember eventually. Why do I think the select button is gonna do everything for me? Heroes triumph on Cataclysm's eve wins 3 symbols of virtue. Master Sword he will then retrieve, keeping the knight's line true. So that's what that all says. Good to know. Tell that to Mario. Gimme. Fine. See, it's kind of weird because again, going back to Oracle of Seasons and Ages, you find that one, I think it's specifically in Seasons. Like, if you go through the trade quest, it eventually leads you to your level 2, it eventually leads you to your level 2 sword. It eventually leads you to your level 2 blade, and it's just this little alcove hidden in the middle of this winding, confusing, magical forest. And you see the sword sitting there, and it's your level 2 blade. And instead of, if I had done this correctly, quote unquote, that would remind me of Link to the Past. Instead, Link to the Past reminds me of that game, because that's the first place I saw it. Sup, 406? Welcome to the chat. How are you doing tonight? They did the best with what they had at the time. Hey, it does its job quite well. Like, it does, in fact, obscure my vision a little bit. It's not to the point of being absolutely annoying, though. So I'll forgive him for it. I'll take that, thanks. This is it, the Master Sword! No, this can't be it. Too bad. I don't much trust a Master Sword that wobbles around when I'm holding on to it. It can fight one battle at the very least. Pretty effective against crows, especially when they seem to fly right into it. I love the trade quests of the Game Boy games. Yeah, they actually had personality. Like, all of the different characters you met, and they took you everywhere, too. Like, it slowly revealed itself as time went on. This is another reason I like Seasons a little better, too, because in Seasons, you had one of the trade items you actually got totally by accident. Like, you had to run into Maple. Which, can I point out, Maple was actually really cool in those games? I love that mechanic of you have to race her to get those all of those items. Most of the time I just found myself intentionally running into her, just seeing what I'd get that time, even after I got the heart piece. I just loved that minigame. And then, of course, you transfer your data to the other games. She slowly evolves from the broom to the vacuum cleaner, and then the UFO. Little stuff like that, I love it. Having flashbacks of me trying to complete the forest in Pokemon Platinum. I actually haven't played Gen 4 in some time. I remember it being my favorite, though. I've heard some people say that Gen 4 takes really long, but I have so many good memories of that game. Okay, I need to go visit a fortune hut. Because I've taken a trip into the forest, I've learned about, like, wait a second, no, we don't go up to Death Mountain yet. We need to go to the desert first, right? That's what that NPC is telling us? It's like, hey, at the entrance of the desert, you'll find a thief. I keep forgetting that's not my dash button. He just took that landmine like it was nothing. Hey, damage doesn't mean much when you've got when you can take 5 lethal blows and still be alright. Just go find a fairy somewhere. Drink a potion, you'll be fine. It's video game hero syndrome. Which, we've talked about that before. I've made the joke, like, consume flesh to sustain my own. But can you imagine if that's how that worked in real life? Like, you get shot, just chomp down on a steak, or carry around some, like, Reese's snack mix with you wherever you go. And you'll be fine. Gen 4 is best because Giratina is cool. Yeah, I really like the legendaries in that one. Although I picked up Diamond myself. I don't know why I haven't learned yet that they're gonna release a second version of the game, which, that's a reminder, I'm gonna jump on this beforehand. I know everybody's really excited for Pokemon to be on home consoles, but don't buy it the first time around. You know the better one's gonna come around later, which, actually, I can't even say that. I've got some opinions about Ultra Sun, and it seems like pretty much everybody else has the same opinion I do, which is, if you're in it to be competitive, you'll be fine. If you're in it to be, but if you're in it for the story, you're gonna have some problems. I don't know how many people have actually played Pokemon Gen 7 yet, so Oh god, this maze. Oh. Well, okay. I've already failed, haven't I? Wait a second, I can just dash through all of those, can't I? Yup, that's exactly what I needed to do. 20 seconds. Why don't you try again? Fine. It's not like I'm hurting for money or anything. At least I know what I need to do now. Becoming more of a fan of Palkia's design? Just freeze time and consume 400 raw potatoes. I just love the gif somebody did in Source Filmmaker of the heavy wearing the Dovahkiin helmet. He's just wandering along in the forest. There's the deer. He sees the one little poppy on the ground, puts it in his pocket, and then immediately falls on his face. You are over encumbered. 301 out of 300 pounds. Alright. I also like how they have the, like the gunshot sound effect. It's like the you running into something effect, but they're repurposing it for the race. Did I make it that time? I don't think I did. Bah! I'm getting better. I'm gonna lower down this PB. Eventually, guys, we're shooting for the world record. Somebody, better person, probably could have beaten the game twice by now. I don't know what the record is at the moment. It's probably way better than what we're at. Okay. So let's think about this for a second. What would be the fastest route through all of this? Okay. Let's not make some basic mistakes here. Safe, but consistent. It works, so why not do it? 14 seconds. I'll take that, thank you. And then I will promptly never talk to you NPCs ever again. I haven't played Sun and Moon. Does it have the same level of exploration that Gens 2 to 4 had? The invisible walls are strong with this one. They really don't like you going to places. It's one of those games that not only forces you into the capture tutorial, but there's an entire trainer school that they make you do. I'm just sitting there like, man, if I wanted to play... I didn't realize that you guys were taking lessons from Etrian Odyssey. I mean, all of the other, like, guessing houses have been nothing but rupees, so I guess we'll just leave that guy to his own stuff. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. Nobody likes forced tutorials in video games. Like, that's why I like Gen 2. That's one of the things... Even though it doesn't have a whole lot of the forward mechanics, like, it gets an instant gold star from me just because when the guy comes forward to you and is like, hey, do you want me to teach you how to catch Pokemon? You can just tell him to fuck off. And he'll be like, oh, okay. And he just does it. You don't have to go through that whole nonsense. Why do you think the signpost is placed in the middle of a route? Alright. Alright. Where to? I think we've messed around in town long enough. It's time to go poke around to the desert. I think that's the order we do things, yeah? North to the ruins, then to the desert, and then... I'm a little unclear on where to go after that. There's a lake, I think, that we visit. There's some ruins in there. I mean, that's the point where we have to figure out how to travel, at least alongside the shallows in the water. And again, we've got 300 rupees, so it'd be really easy to buy the flippers. That much I remember. I've got bits and pieces of this game in my head. Everything else in the middle, though, about, like, where to go and what to do and when. What I can do and when. Some of this will be nice and easy. Like, it's still Zelda. Like, I can still look for cracks in the walls, and those will lead to secrets. I can still look for... I can still get magical healing magic, as opposed to non-magical magic. Non-elemental magic, I guess? Just bog standard magic? Nothing really special about it. It's one of those. You think non-elemental magic in high school, everybody was beating him up and taking his lunch money, and he's like, I'll show you. I'll show all of you. I'll be adopted by creatures like Bahamut, and then they'll understand. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I need the hammer again. We probably get that in this upcoming dungeon, don't we? Oh, no, that's not the right button again. It's gonna take me a long time to get used to that. Yeah, I can't do anything about that. Without the power glove, I'm just... So we can't go in one direction. How about we try the other? Oh, the Desert of Mystery. There we go. But is there something over in this direction I can interact with, I wonder? There might be some treasure chests in here that I can get. I see Patty take this route all the time, so... See you later, Gorguts. Thanks for coming tonight, man. Gen 5 really got to me. Like, I enjoyed the main game, but there's next to nothing to do after you beat it. Wasn't there... That was Black and White, yeah? Black and White was an interesting one. I don't know how else to put it. Like, that's another reason I like... Maybe I just like Gen 4 in hindsight more, because... Like, even Gen 4's selection of Pokemon, both the highs and the lows. Like, the worst Pokemon you got in Gen 4 was... One of them was, like, Finneon, and the other was Burmy. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, compared to something like Gen 4, which is, like, a literal walking bag of garbage, I'll take this. You know? One of these is a subpar water type. Like, I don't know why people went to bat for Vanillux. Like, that thing can't even get past the never used tier on Smogon. I'll give him one thing. At least the villain had a different type of motivation. Like, it was really easy to hate that guy. It's like, yeah, he's all about conservation, and he's like one of those hippie types. I don't feel bad about having to fight your team, because you're doing it to yourself. Like, it's one of those, like, anything is bad when you take it to an extreme. Like, yeah, conservation's a good thing. Just don't, like, shove it down people's throats. Attract more flies with honey than vinegar, that kind of thing. Where else do we go? I know where we're supposed to go. We need to go to the desert now. I've got the book. And again, that's another reason I like the original versions of Sun and Moon as much as I do, because there was a really interesting idea to, yeah, there was no getting out of that. The villain, quote-unquote, villain, I can't even continue that thought. It was a really interesting take on a villain. Like, you know, I think I can say this without giving away too much. Ultra Sun and Moon is... pick it up. Oh, for crying out loud. That was about as awful as I could have possibly made it. Sun and Moon was great because it was less about saving the world and more about saving a very specific person in it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Yeah, last bomb. How'd you get 6 hearts already? Just wandering around. Take some rupees, but don't tell anyone I gave them to you. Keep it between us, okay? Oh god, I can't even keep all of those, can I? Yeah, max is out at 999. I almost don't want to open these chests now because they might be even more money. Well, when in doubt. I'm sorry that I keep abusing this, but I just want to make sure I don't screw this up. Waste resources that could have... that's only 20. That's 40. And 10 arrows. I'll come back for those if I ever need money later. Actually, you know what? No. That's a small enough one that I can live with my mistakes. I'm also trying to commit this to memory here, like where all of these treasure chests are when I eventually do the randomizer. Who would win, a flaming pig or a flaming monkey? Was Embor a dark type? Or am I just confusing him with Incineroar? It depends, because Infernape was part fighting type. In fact, one of his best moves was close combat, so he might have a slight edge on that one. Like, Infernape, as I understand it, was actually one of the better starters you could possibly... Okay, you guys are going to have to move. That's just about enough of you being in my way. Boink. Now they split apart. Cry myself to sleep tonight just for those things. Regardless, Gen 4 is a great addition to the series. Wish it had more deviating paths, but a better Safari Zone. Don't remember much about the Safari Zone. What I remember most about the post-game for some reason is there was that massage parlor you could go to every day. Make your Pokemon friendly, well, friendlier towards you really easily. Oh boy, here we go again. Well, before I forget that I have this item. Thank you. That was probably a waste of 150 rupees, but it's not like I'm hurting for money right now. And this is probably going to get even worse the farther we go in. You look like you're nice and cracked. Reveal your secrets, fiend. Hello, ladies. I'm currently lacking in the health department. Could you help me fix that? I need a little life insurance. Can you help me out with this deposit here? Those crab things are really strong. Yeah, a heart every single time they hit you. I noticed that. Don't call yourself a Pokemon fan unless you can tell me how many pixels make a Porygon Sprite in Pokemon White 2. Just really wait a second. Hold on. This is a computer joke, isn't it? It's 255. Because that's like an overflow value. Like, if you go past that number, you go back to 0 again. Like, that's a sacred number in terms of computing. That's my guess. That's what I think is happening here. Now I'm going to wait for the response in the chat to see if I'm right. As a sprite artist, I say, who cares? I don't know, it could be a fun... You do it right, it could be a great little Easter egg. Or it could be another one of those things they did where it's as many pixels as its number in the Pokédex or something. I wonder. Can I push them away using this thing? No, they just don't care. They go straight through the net because they're made of gel. They can fit through the hole. That makes something resembling... Oh, really? I can't pick up collectibles with my sword? Well, what's the point of this game even existing then? Worse, Zelda. Should have played Skyward Sword. I should have listened to... No. Nobody should have to play Skyward Sword. I love how I am going through a brand new gaming experience and it's just like, nah, I want to talk about Pokemon instead. Here there's 64 polygons in Nintendo 64N, but never counted. Huh. That would be another fun little Easter egg. I love that, you know, that'd be some... There's one person who would know. Like, what's his name? I think he's in charge of Son of a Glitch. He does a series called Low Poly, where he actually examines some of the early models for N64 characters and whatnot. Hi, dude. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man standing by the sign. Leave him alone. No, I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna talk to him. Well, come on, dude. You got something to say? What if I show you a book? Nope. What if I Do you like mushrooms? Nope. I don't think there's anything I can do with that guy right now. I mean, unless I have another pendant or something. Maybe I have to go through the dungeon first before he'll do something? That's my running theory at the moment. You'll do something somewhere in the overworld that'll make him react to you. You can't converse with this NPC until you have the right power-up. The desert. Again, this is just giving me flashbacks to, Link's Awakening. Desert was not a friendly place in that game. There were plenty of opportunities for you to get your life bar destroyed in that place. All of the quicksand you had to work with. A lot of the screens were, hey, you.
Ah, it's the Book of Medora. With it, you can read the language of the Hylian people.
What if I use it on him? So, just in case we didn't know what to do here, he'd fill us in. It's like you can't go further into the desert until this happens. We're actually ahead of the game here. It pays to actually watch other people's streams sometimes if you've never been through the game. Ah! I remember that guy. I love his animation, just that sort of like shimmying he does with his shoulders. He looks like he's dancing as he tries to punch your feet to death. I was asking for a joke, and also I didn't know either. Fair enough. That looks like an arrow, and in a lot of other Zelda games, that would have led to a secret eventually. I wonder. So how does this thing's AI work? Wait a second. No! He's right outside my range. Oh, for crying out loud. They're everywhere! The birds! The birds! Alright. To open the way forward, make your wish here and it will be granted. Huh. I wish... I wish the player would press the A button to advance this cutscene forward. Then we play shell game with the statues and second dungeon open. We've got plenty of pixies to work with. I shouldn't be too scared of this place. I just noticed, like I didn't realize it until just now, but these dungeons don't have names. Like you walk into them and it doesn't tell you like this is the bandits hideout or anything like that. You kind of just have to come up with your own name based on what the NPCs have told you. Like this is the desert palace, or these are the desert ruins, or I don't know. Probably not too far off the mark. The plier. I haven't watched him in a long time. Should do so. Yes, right in the middle of the stream, I should just stop and start watching YouTube videos. I've seen weirder things. Right, I'm not gonna... Ah! Man, I can't wait till we get a better shield. One that actually blocks projectiles. That would be nice. Ah. I think I know what I need to do here. Thank you. See you later. Oh! Ah! Right. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Well, now we know where the big chest is at the very least. Now I have to deal with Mr. Statue again. These guys, ever since Ocarina of Time, I'm always very careful around... No, the Game Boy games is why I'm careful, because they're really accurate in those. Like, they aim with deadly freaking precision. They know what they're doing. They are experienced hero killers. You aren't the first person who's come to try and raid these ruins, apparently. Oh, get off me. Again, I'm not too scared of death. He says before he dies twice, and then he's suddenly afraid again. This leads back out into the overworld. I know about this. Like, you go out of the dungeon, you collect something, and then you go back in again. This has nothing to do with any... Oh, never mind. I remember there being somewhere in this desert, there's like a platform you go up to in the desert that... Wait a second. Oh, we need the item. Really? Was I not supposed to come here yet? Is the power bracelet somewhere else? Or the gloves, or whatever they're called in this one? One, two... I mean, I've got nothing else to spend magic on. I may as well... What? Wait. Ah, okay. If it wasn't lighting the torches, it was getting one of the blocks sorted out. See, those fairies there just remind me now. Oh, what was that Adventure Time game I reviewed that one time? Secret of the Nameless Kingdom? Which was essentially a Zelda-like in its own right. I love that little gag they do with the pie fairies, where if you try to catch one using the slap move like you catch everything else and put it in a bottle, it'll just splat them into pieces. It even gives you a trophy like that's called, "Why did you do that?" I don't know, I was trying to make the game easier for myself. Must never fail to find all the treasures in each dungeon. Oh, trust me, I'm gonna try. Sup, little cat? How you doing tonight, man? What's up is we are totally and utterly lost. Yay! I've got no idea where I'm going, but we'll slowly parse it out as we travel, so it's fine. Enemies. Torches. Locked doors. Big open room. Not a whole lot going on in it. I've played enough games in the series to know where this is going. Or do I? Apparently I don't. Oh, now I do. That's why. Nice. Got the map at the very least. So I can see which rooms I've been in and which ones I haven't. It even has little icons indicating where the chests are. Look at that. Good stuff, guys. Now I need the compass so I can figure out where all of the keys are. Trying hard to hold my tongue, keeping this first playthrough pure, not dropping every pro strat I know. Like I said, I've picked up things here and there. I might not be as I will have brief smidgens of brilliance in the middle of all the wandering around, and I totally understand that feeling too. Like, I was talking to somebody about this before the stream started. It's like, I think it was Ashidaru. I told, like, I don't know why it's a good idea to watch people play Undertale blind anymore. And then I realized, oh, wait a second. The reason that's fun is because of the priceless reactions people have. Or again, like, I wanted to see people's reactions to A Hat in Time. So I was just kind of wandering from stream to stream, like, commenting on people as they were playing through. And again, trying to find more people to raid. To follow if I like their commentary style and whatnot. But it's just one of those, it's hard when you know all of the answers, because that's just how gamers work mentally. Like, we are, even human beings in general, like, we are obsessed with efficiency. We are genetically programmed to want to waste as little time as possible in everything we do. And it's even harder when you're watching somebody play a video game, because you know yourself, man, if I had my hands on the controller right now, this would be going much faster and much better. I'm not supposed to drop the entire strategy guide on FNU? Yeah, only if I ask. Like, if I am utterly stumped, Like, when I was asking people way earlier, like, where do I find Sahasrara? Like, where am I supposed to go next? That was a moment. Like, if I specifically say, chat, help me with this. Or, like, tell me blank, or... Like, if I mention you guys by name, the generic name of chat member number, wow, 13. That's actually a decent number. We don't break double digits too often. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I already apologized at the start, but again, I apologize in advance for anything you might witness. And because I have to do this at the start of it, because sometimes people forget, like my commentary style for some reason. Following's free. You can always undo it later if you change your mind. If I'm watching pro, I'm like that if I'm watching pros. I'm a little more patient with noobs. See, what bugs me is when people intentionally make things harder on themselves. Or, see, there's a couple things. There's the power glove. It's so bad. Oh god, I'm not the first person on Earth to make that reference, am I? I mean, it's true. I'm just stating a fact. It's out there, everybody knows it. Now, what was I saying? Let's playing. There are a couple things you can do to not piss off your audience. One of my favorites is... Wait a second, where am I going? When you intentionally make things harder on yourself, when you... Efficiency is, again, another efficiency one. Like, there's a heart between you and the treasure chest. Or you like money or something, and you don't have maxed out health, and you don't have maxed out cash or something like that. If you walk past that money to grab the chest, you are a monster. Why did I go back here? We've already opened the big chest. That's literally what I just did. This is why you don't typically do commentary and gameplay at the same time. Ahem. Oh, what else is one of my pet peeves? People blatantly ignoring tutorials. Oh, those are the best. When the developers basically make the game idiot-proof, and somehow, some people find a way to mess it up anyway. And then they complain, it's like, now how was I supposed to know that was gonna happen? Gee, I wonder. That's, this is a commonly accepted enough thing. Like, usually I don't like to throw shade at other content creators because I don't like any bad blood, but that's, like, even their fans admit this. Like, that's why I had to stop watching the Game Grumps, because most of the time I was just miserable in their videos. It's like, I can't view this anymore. It just physically hurts me. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just getting hearts. Aha! Knocked you clean out of the air. What do you think of that? Why you didn't mind that coal block? Exactly, that kind of thing. And like I said, it's a psychological thing on several different angles, just because we don't like seeing things be done wrong. And it's even worse as an audience member because you don't have to worry about commentary. Your eyes are going to places that mine's naturally won't be. Like, I'm trying to focus on the character. I'm trying to focus on what's directly in front of me, but typically you might see something out of the corner of your eye, or in, oh, nope, light him up. Up, up. Light him up. Up, up. Up, up, up. I'm on fire. Wait, what are these for then? They don't disable the Armos or anything. And there's no extra reward for lighting them all, so what was the deal with that? Get in. No, we're short a key. That's why. Well, boss time. Oh, no, not boss time. I thought that's what that symbol meant. Like, that was the boss door. Mood lighting unlocked. Fnu with the ignoring tutorials bit. That basically... No, some people remember him. More as a cautionary tale than anything else, though. I do that periodically. Like, that's why I ask every once in a while, like, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? Is there anything I can improve on? Like, do you guys have any suggestions for me? That kind of thing. And that's an open invitation. Like, you can do that right now if you want. This guy is just the sword, isn't he? Like, I think maybe bombs do something to him. Or them, sorry. Okay, head my way. You can only hit the heads, apparently. There we go. Long flight. To the middle of nowhere. Moldorm, you're looking a little skinnier than I used to remember. And in 3 segments. They're not even targeting me, really. They're just kind of flying around. We just sort of walked into this thing's den. It was just minding its own business. It likes digging tunnels and flying aimlessly around its, lair. I love how they straight up addressed that in Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's one of my favorite lines from that game, and that's saying something. Now that my nemesis is gone. Or, basically, setting up the idea of, no, I must wander aimlessly. And everybody's shivering anyway, like this was the worst outcome. We are truly in a dark new future. Man, come here. Come here. Dope. Right, that's my own fault for standing diagonally from that guy. After I had plenty of time to learn that that's where the projectiles go. Okay. If I'm only gonna get one hit on one of these guys when they come up, may as well make it count. Am I supposed to hit them a certain number of times before they go back down again? So my spin attack isn't actually working out for me as well as I think it is. These guys are taking an awfully long time to die, I've noticed. Nope, there goes. As soon as I ask. Speak his name and he will come forth. Yeah, there we go. Now the last one's chasing me. Oh, I almost did it. Right idea, just wrong execution. Oh, well. You won the Pendant of Power. I won it, you say. I didn't realize this was a competition. You could, in fact, say it's a game. Game for the fate of the entire kingdom. Your prize is everlasting peace for all of the people. Play well, friend, no pressure. Step right up, who wants to play shoot arrows at the pig monster? Alright, so... Wait a second, how powerful are these gloves? Very, apparently. That's the answer to that question. We can go all kinds of places now. Oh, hi. We were told about you. Check out the cave east of Lake Hylia. Strange and wonderful things live in it. Strange and wonderful. Now, you. What's your beef? Still nothing? Average middle-aged man. Maybe that's something we have to do with the Dark World. Like, we'll come back to that guy a little later. Like, we have to pick up something there that'll affect him here. Or something along those lines. And who just left giant bars of iron lying all over the place? I can deal with stones, but that, nah. Fnu, do you like... I don't rightly know what that is. Let me type that into Google. That'll probably answer this question for me. First thing that came up for that acronym was Bank of America. Urban Dictionary. Huh. That's an interesting one. Oh, I get it. Now I understand. I even saw, like, it's a great way to preface a joke. I did, till I came back to the chat, I didn't realize I was walking straight into that. And whose emote is that? One Mr. Bean. Actually, I like dogs. All dogs are good dogs. Alright, you. Yeah, I can't go in a deep water yet, so... That whirlpool's got to do something, yeah? If I dive into it, maybe? Although then again, now that we have access to, Lake Hylia there, we basically have access to all of the light world. Well, almost all of it. There's probably still some little things that I can't do quite yet. We also... I think we need to go up on Death Mountain sometime. He has 3 doggos. Nice. Oh, he's going for the pyramid. Hey, that is one complete giraffe. Well done, good sir. Seriously, though, if anybody's got... It's not a doggo, that's a lion. Alright. I think about that sometimes, but if I ever get, like, partner privileges, I'll only start with 5 emotes to begin with. And I've got a couple in-jokes of my own that I'd want to do first, like very specific faces. I'd want to bring back Slimo to be sort of my stand-in for Kappa whenever somebody says something sarcastic or we meet a really scummy character. There'd be Finger-Licking Good, which that's an Odin Sphere joke. Some of the regulars here know what that's all about. That'd be sort of my stand-in for the lewd emote. That also gets a whole lot of use. And then, of course, we have our rating emote, which, are you still in the chat right now? Pillow Sledder made this one for me. I won't show it off again right now, but it's just did a damn good job with it, too. Like, fantastic art on that one. And it's just a pair of panties. Because, you know, never mind. I hate the joke, too, which is why I'm using it. Again, just do whatever you think is funny. Sometimes it'll work out. If you've lived long enough to know what humor sounds like. By the way, I just want you to use Whatthefnu. I don't really care for money. No, I insist on paying you, dude. Like, that's the morally correct thing to do. You don't make people work for exposure and that kind of thing. Like, your talent is worth something. There have been too many stories of people getting screwed like that out there. Like, I don't want their... Besides, if I don't pay you for that, that sets a bad precedent. Hell, I just got paid for an audiobook. I got 40 bucks off of that. I can pay you what I owe. I can give that to you right now. Oh, wait, you wanted a check, didn't you? Yeah. I'll still figure that out. I've got that information somewhere. Where should I go? I don't think there was anything in the forest that... Wait, the graveyard. We need to go to the graveyard. There's something that happens there. I am 12 and what is this? Let me ask you a question then, 406, that I asked other people in this chat here earlier. Do you like jazz? I have a working credit card now. Oh, so I could actually use a PayPal for you. Or do you... Or is that not quite set up yet? Are there new difficulties you're dealing with? It's amazing. He's been playing this game for 2.5 hours and he still doesn't know how to navigate his way through this world. Let's look at the map. Oh, there's the sanctuary. So we just go up and around through the castle? So it seems to be a shortcut in there that'll lead us there. You know, it's even worse because I've played the entirety of Link Between Worlds, too. So I should know all this already. I don't have a PayPal, I need to get on that. It would make it really easy to do commissions, I'll say that much, because that's most people's preferred method of payment online. Although, who knows, considering how valuable Bitcoin is now. See, here's the thing. Every single person I've talked to, like any financial expert out there worth their salt, like, you see something like hopping up and up and up and up and up in price like this. Not to get too technical on you guys, but that's the sign of a market that's very quickly about to take a downturn. Like, anybody who knows what they're doing at this point is gonna be like, this can't last forever. Like, if I get out now, it won't be all the money I could have possibly made, but it'll still be a really comfortable amount. And when this bubble eventually bursts, I won't be left out in the cold with a bunch of worthless digital currency that I went through all of this trouble for. You know? So, okay. So, yes, continue. We've pressed every button except the one that lets us open the map. Okay, yes, that way. East, Watson, east. It's internet currency that's worth jack all. No, it's worth $10,000 right now to a lot of people. Bitcoin's got its own sets of problems, but it means well. Hang on a second. Oh, I've got the power bracelet, which means if I went back to the castle, now I could go back down into the underground. And of course, they put the chest in the way here. What's up, princess? How you holding up in here? You should follow the marks the elder made on your map when you explore. If you don't know what to do next, you can also visit a fortune teller. I like their sign. Link's mind is going all kinds of places with this woman. And because that guy's in charge of a church, he doesn't even realize what's going on here. He's too innocent. He hasn't been exposed to the sins of the world quite yet. Right, so this is the tombstone we actually want to go for here. Apparently there's a way to glitch yourself into the other one and get yourself a super good reward, or... Oh. Oh! Well, that's convenient. I wonder if they'd be nice enough to give me bombs, too. Rats don't know how to use explosives. You know, unless you're playing Super Mario Bros. 2. But that was a dream. That doesn't count. I can smell... Ooh. Yup. That would have been the flippers by itself. And I could have just come right back here again. Ouch. That doesn't feel good. That does not feel good. Oh boy. Hang on, I've got access to... I mean, my YouTube is right in front of me right now. I could just do this. I mean, this will mute the VOD in this place, but... Oh, wait a second. No, I'd have to scrub through the video to get to the part that would actually be worth the joke. Never mind. Oh, don't worry. I'm not a total lost cause. I'm not going to pull the left switch again. Oh, hi, guys. How you doing today? Oh, don't mind me. I just wasted a whole bunch of currency down there. Again, that's a small mercy the later games give you. It's like, hey, you found money, but you can't actually hold on to it, so we're just gonna put it back in the chest again. Yeah, so how do you do this? I remember nothing about how to actually get in here. It's something about, like, how to displace your character, so when you load a save file again, you'll be past the barrier or something. Crawling in my skin. This orange will not peel. I used to love that kind of... That's an arrow. That is very blatantly an arrow. What it's pointing me to, though, I guess we will find out now. I mean, basically, once I'm done with this next dungeon here, so as long as I'm not swinging my sword at that guy, he can't actually do anything. Who knew? My shield is actually useful for something. Belonged to the sanctuary anyway. He just gave it to them as a donation. It's like, this is more money than we see in a year. Yeah, I don't need it. He says, half cringing. Then again, he is a kid. Like, maybe he doesn't realize what he's doing. It's like, I've got 999 rupees. I'm never gonna need this for anything. What could possibly set me back for all this money? Well, kid, let me tell you. You and I have a problem. The problem is the fact that you don't have an arrow in your face. Good conversation, dude. They're everywhere! They're growing out of the ground. I didn't realize Ganon was investing in organic soldiers this time around. Man, he's leveling up his game.
Thank you, young man. Come back to the shop later for something good.
Found the perfect song to that chest. Here we go.
What the
nope. I saw the title, and then I heard the start was nothing but yelling, so I'm just gonna let that one be. Just a Twitch reaction right there, you could say. That's a nice song. What's that band that recorded what they call the world's shortest metal song? They're in the Guinness Book of World Records for this. Somebody, the only reason I remember this is because somebody made like a YouTube poop video of it. Like, Mr. Krabs sings the shortest metal song on Earth. And it's like they edited that clip of him eating the boots, and then when he was belching, it was the song, because that's how little time it fit into. Throw a Pokeball at him. Dude, I'd be down for a Legend of Zelda game where you could tame monsters. Then again, that just brings me to an idea I had once where you could actually play as Ganondorf. Or maybe he's not Ganondorf yet. Like, basically my idea for the longest time was to create an anti-Zelda. What I mean by that is, 1, you get to play as multiple different characters. 2, there's branching paths in the story, like it's not just one dedicated narrative. There are other things that can happen depending on what your actions are. Case in point, the Ganondorf stand-in character. Like, he kind of wants to fight his fate. He knows what it is. He's been told his whole life that he's destined to bring darkness to Hyrule. Problem is, he really doesn't want to. Like, he likes people. He wants to fight that fate. He doesn't want to be regarded as a villain. Like, he wants to work alongside Link to destroy this darkness once and for all, but if certain things happen in the story, like if he keeps getting pushed down that route, he can't, you can have, I guess, the bad ending where he can't escape it, that kind of thing. But he has those kinds of powers, like he has dominion over monsters. The weaker ones will listen to him. And as those abilities grow, he'll be able to command bigger and bigger ones. Like, can you even imagine fighting alongside, like, a Stalfos, or an Iron Knuckle, or something like that? You bring it into the boss fight, you're riding piggyback on the thing, or something. These are the types of possibilities that this system would offer you. Chew on it. Think about it. Might not be as crazy as you think. Then again, any fan idea sounds crazy until Nintendo actually does it in a game. Gotta buy the DLC to do that. Ganondorf mode is a random legendary drop in $5 Nintendo loot boxes.
What do you want, little man? You have something to ask me?
I want the flippers.
But I don't just give my flippers away for free. I sell them for 500 rupees a pair. What do you do?
I mean, I've got that.
One pair of flippers coming up. I'll give you a free bonus with your purchase. I'll let you use the magic waterways of the sea folk, which link lakes and rivers. When you see a whirlpool, dive into it. You never know where you'll surface.
Nice, thanks, buddy.
It's like, wow, I didn't expect anybody to actually pay that much.
Swim even in deep water. Yay! Aw, nothing behind the waterfall. I'm kind of disappointed now. You always hide secrets behind a waterfall. And while we're at it, true heroes go backwards first. Wanting to avoid a dark destiny is what drives the main character in my second novel. Original character do not steal. To be fair, as of right now, it is. I mean, at least I was trying to do something interesting with them. You gotta give me that at the very least. It's not just like a blatant copy. And that's the whole point, is like... That was the whole point of that whole... Wow. That guy just went flying. That was the whole point of idea, is that these characters are trying to break from tradition. I mean, here's something that's really gonna grind some people's gears. The version of Link I had in this idea, yeah, it was a girl. Just sit back and let you guys stew in that one for a little bit. Oh, you bring up a perfect point, little cat. They wouldn't do loot boxes, they'd do amiibo. Yep. And we'd buy them anyway, although to be fair, this one was a Christmas gift from somebody. And it's Waluigi, so you can't fault me for that. Now... Link can be a girl if Nintendo let him. I'm not sure if you meant for me to interpret this from that statement. It's like Shigeru's just sitting there in the office. It's like, oh, for crying out loud. Like, you wanted to be a hero and now you want... Like, he didn't start this way? Or is that the joke? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Linkle. So they have done this before. So yeah, the idea is not as crazy as you think it is. Again, chew on it. Might make more sense than you give it credit for. Secret senses are tingling. Hold on. There's a little bit of a delay on that. So what am I looking at here? Waterfall of Wishing is just around the corner. It wasn't really a wish. I asked for... it's more the Waterfall of Selling. In all caps, I wrote a blog post today. I was frozen today! Gotta counter a meme with another meme. You. Something about you. There was a portal here. I remember there being something special about this. Do I need, like, the shovel or something? Or is that not in this game? Waterfall of capitalism. Fair enough. Yeah, we could follow the river now. Oh yeah, we can go under the bridge. That's a thing we can do. Of course, I have no idea how to get back on land now. So we're just gonna have to ride this river to its end. Unless... Whirlpools. How do I dive? Which button is that? No, that's the map. What did I set L and R to? Oh, we just have to swim into it. Oh, that's where that leads us. Interesting. The Zora is not the waterfall of wishing. Wait a gosh darn second here. I mean, it was a waterfall. What's up? Welcome back, Arbok. Presentation went pretty well. Nice. Awesome, man. Well, that's not it either, so yeah, we're just gonna have to take our path up now. I'm gonna remember that, though. I'm just gonna have to give a closer inspection to every single waterfall we come across now. It's east of Lake Hylia. We know that at the very least. Where is Lake Hylia on the map, though, is the question. Probably the big body of water, yeah? Although we had a sign there that said straight up that, yeah, this is the waterfall of wishing that you're looking for. Yeah, look at that. We actually have to climb the mountain right now. Can I get your comments on my new... You laugh. People have actually led me to their story sites before. And I've done my best to help them out. Like, I do have some aspiring writers in the audience there. It's not the right sound, right? Wait a second. No, that is something. I don't know if I'm supposed to bomb this or what, but... And... nothing. Figured as much. Well, we can get through there, I just don't understand why. I just don't understand how, rather. Or is it this? Did we already get all our secrets down here? I feel like we missed something the first time around. You can heal me. Not that I need it. I just came here to see your pretty face. Aren't you a little charmer? Keep that up and maybe I'll have to teach you the finer ways of magic. You better. I've already got one cock tease in this freaking kingdom. Yeah, how do I get under the bridge, I wonder? Yep, everybody's sounding off in the chat there. We know our own. We know our own. Maybe I just need to be on the other side of that bridge right there in order to get under? Maybe I approach it from this direction? No, okay. But wait, was I able to cross over to this shore before? Might have something here. Or at least an easy way to cross from one side to the other. Oh, I see what's going on. Nice, okay. There are warriors. Why have we never seen a Wings of Fire OC? I don't know what that first one is, but I guarantee you, by this point, just from meme factor, somebody has made a B-movie OC. That's, even if it's like a really crappy drawing somebody did for the hell of it, just for it to exist in the universe. That has to be there. That has to exist by now. There's no way. Alright. I know there's somebody hiding under the bridge. This is one thing I specifically remember about the game, is that he will give you a bottle if you go visit him. So the question is how we actually get under that bridge. How we jump off one of these and pay a visit to his campsite there. You. Aha! I can actually block those. Who's laughing now? Ah, gotcha. No, can you not jump down from there? Really? Well, how about here? No? Here? They really don't want me getting into this river for some reason. Down here. Down here. All that counts as a wall somehow. I can't fathom why. There's a place down... There's gotta be. That counts as a cliff. I think I need a dedicated, like, bridge or something to tell me. Standard shield blocked more than I thought. It was worth a test at the very least. Like, it is just like a bog standard enemy projectile. There's nothing magical about it. I should know better than to break bushes by now. It's only ended in pain for me. Pain and a lot of suffering. Having to watch my precious life bar. Used to be in much better shape. I gotta get it refurbished. Did I just hear a weird noise? For a brief moment, I thought I heard what sounded like buzzing in my left ear, or somebody going brrr. I know I'm distracted on commentary, but it can't be by that much. Oh, well, I thought I'd get something out of that tree. Alright, it's gotta be down here somewhere. I've been led astray so far, however. No, come back! I need your life energy. Get off. Get off. I especially need it now. Guess where we're back at. So that entire exercise right there was completely pointless. Also, those guys are going to respawn the instant I leave the screen. So just hammers it home even more. That I could have done literally anything else with my time. Just a tip, Pegasus boots your way through most enemies. Will do at this point. Well, there's a way down into some body of water. The question is where this is going to lead me now. Where in the world are we? Over here? That's a heck of a warp, man. The other Zoras aren't really a fan of the fact that I'm infringing on their turf right now, though. Like, hey, wait a second. Those are our flippers. You can't use them. Who'd you steal those off of? I bet it was Biggie at the waterfall. He never hurt nobody. Well, that led nowhere. But what if we follow the river? There's got to be some structure out here in the middle of this body of water. There's that whirlpool right there, which leads us to what exactly? Means of quick travel, no secret, sadly. That is really disappointing. Hang on, wait. Aha! I think I found the waterfall of wishing. Won't you throw something in? Select an item using the control pad and throw it using the Y button. Oh, this is actually where we upgrade things, isn't it? How about our sword? Hello? Did you drop this? Yes, that would be my sword. I'll give this back to you then. Don't drop it again. Well, we got it back. He found it? No. What do I throw in there? The shield or... Lol. I thought maybe. Be like a side grade. It's like the razor blade in Majora's Mask. It's not what you're ultimately going for, but hey, it's useful. Oh, right, because... the level 2 sword is the Master Sword in this game. The level 3 sword is the Tempered Master Sword. There's no basis for a system of government. Welcome back to the chat, Swirl. Although I don't think you ever really left. What about my shield? Maybe the shield will do it. Yes? No? Perhaps? Did you drop a gold shield or a silver shield into the river? I like an honest person. I'll give you something better in return. Oh, so that was one I was actually supposed to do. Now you can defend yourself against fireballs. Shield and boomerang, apparently. Okay. See, that one I don't mind so much, because I would have just cycled through all the items anyway if you hadn't told me. Or probably no. I would have gone through the whole game without the level 2 boomerang, perhaps. Just walked right away. Then we would have been down the path, and everyone would have been like, but the level 2 boomerang, though. The magical boomerang. And I would have had to go all the way back again, so really it just saved everyone a whole bunch of time. Everybody in the chat say thank you to Ashidaru. No, Pillow Sledder, sorry, is the one who told me about the boomerang. Wanted to see him throw random bullshit in, though. Oh, I knew it had to be something simple. Like, there's no way they'd give you a level 2 wand or anything like that. Sorry, level 2 bow. That's not a thing. I mean, it is in Link Between Worlds, but... Well, we got a better shield. We got a better boomerang. We got some hearts. We have a heart. We got our flippers, we got our boots, we got our gloves, a net, a lamp, bug's net, one fairy. What do we do now? Level 2 book. Hey Link, what can you read off of this tablet?
Everything.
Do you have a potion ready for me yet?
Thank you, young man.
Okay. Apparently we have to beat an entire dungeon or something, or it just takes her a while. Also, I hope you like buzzing noises. Big fan of buzzing over here. Not a big fan of rocks, though, apparently. He made a beeline for me when he saw me doing that. He really hated what... it's like, first person who comes through this path, I swear to God, if he picks up a rock, then I come along. That's it! You drop your sword in the water. Suddenly a tall, shy-looking girl with dark hair appears and asks, "Is this yours? It's lovely. Can I touch it?" She looks somewhat edgy. For the briefest of moments there, I thought you said, "Can you go in the witch's nut?" I was probably combining two of the messages there. All right. You guys still have 3 hours where I'm at before that can happen. Why is it telling me to jump in there? We've already explored the entirety of that river. A lot of people have been talking about that this year. Is that a this year mutation of that? Because I know about No Shave November. Like, a lot of people actually did that for charity. Sadly, I was not among them. It's people like me better with the beard anyway. Like, me not shaving is my default state, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything too different. There we go. What the hell is wrong with you? Too much time on the internet, man. I'm just me. I think that's what the answer you're looking for. This is who I've decided to be. This is what I look like when I turn my brain off. Like, I can speak just even more, like, on autopilot. It happened that one night when I was just super tired and didn't want to put thought into anything. You want to see what's actually going on in my head. Like, just the random observations I make about every little thing in the world. I can plug you into that little portal of madness. Just say the word. No pizzaing. A pretty pizza, even. I'm trying to remember if there are any other secrets I don't have quite yet. Because, yeah, let's look over the map one more time. So, down at the river, in the lake, there's like there's some kind of structure in there. Messed around in there for a bit. There was the desert over that way. But we haven't been to that little closed-off forest to the southeast of the town yet. I don't think there's anything you can do there quite yet, though. Might be time to go up to the mountain. I'm probably missing a lot of things. Like, I want to get under that bridge. Because I know there's a secret here. It's like, I know there's something I can take advantage of right now. Right now. And yet, the game is just taunting me. It's like, you want a secret? You want a secret? Aw, too bad. This power-up's locked out from you. Secrets? Oh, there's plenty. Ones that I haven't gotten yet. I'm just gonna follow the lake at this point. Like, maybe I've got the wrong bridge. Maybe that's what's wrong with my approach here. Like, eventually we're gonna find a platform that lets us go down there, right? It can't keep blue balling me forever. I knew it. I knew eventually this would have to pay off. I'm just gonna keep traveling south anyway for the sake of being a jerk. It's a waterfall. Or whirlpool, sorry. Yeah, is that what that was actually for? Is that why they added that emote? Pizza roll? You can get under... Yeah. So, let's go do it. And another arrow pointing us up, apparently. But... every time I log into Steam, I have like 60 plus notifications. Hi, buddy. Yo, Deathlurk. Deathlurk, you seem to be in a heap of trouble, but this is all I can give you. Hey, that's fine, man. That's one extra guard against death. It's a magic bottle, even. And now he can't be bothered. Try to talk to him all we want. We can take a peek inside of his tent, though, see what he's been hiding. Ooh, scandalous. I wish you guys could see this. This is awesome. I don't think that... does that guy even have a name? Like, he's just under the bridge. He apparently knows us. Like, we've interacted with this guy on the point where we're on a first-name basis, so... there's some history between him and our character. What it is, though, I couldn't possibly tell you. That's the real hidden lore. Like, the entirety of the timeline is lying and solving what that guy's relation to this version of Link is. I've heard crazier things. He knows Link and he's just there. Fair enough. You can fly away all you want. Doesn't help you when I can go through screens as easily as 1, 2... you know who. You know, I can swim now. I could probably check out what's going on with that lake. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's go on a lake adventure. Let's go punch some crabs with a sword. Because that's what you do to people when you have a sword, is you punch them. Who needs guns in anime, right? Unless your name is Vash. Nah, man. Melee weapons. It'll serve you well every single time. What is this? A little farther south there. Right idea. We're close. You were close. We're almost there. Just gotta commit a little bit more. And I think... Oh, wait a second. That... Found the gate! Looks like a warp. Indeed it is. To a part of the world we didn't even need to get to. That is a fantastic sound effect, though. See, I know why they're locking that part of the level behind all of those poles there. Because that's a warp to the dark world right in there. I don't know why that sticks out in my memory of all things. It just does. Yeah. Going to Horn Mountain, eh? You'll freeze to death. Well, my main concern with this trip is getting crushed by boulders. What do you say, guys? We're gonna go conquer the Holy Mountain? Vertically, not horizontally. In case that changes your opinion on the matter. See, this is half the fun of Zelda. It's just, like, you know where your objective actually is, but it's like, nah, I want to go screw around for a little bit, and do some things up here for a little while. Like, maybe find some collectibles along the way, who knows? That rock. Can I stop it? I can. Stopped that rock quite handily before. I thought it was, it looked weird. Figures, I can find the sanctuary when I'm not even looking for it. Going exactly where I need to be, exactly when I don't need to be there. How about you guys? Have you taken a break from chopping down that tree yet? I can help you with that. Okay, or maybe I need to approach it from the backside? No, that's probably a Dark World thing again. Damn. What about this cave back here? Adventure! Yeah! Yeah, you were... Man, I remember when that guy was just getting his start on places like Screw Attack. He actually commented on a video I made once, which that sounds like the most fanboyish thing possible. It's just one of those little small things in your memory. It's like, yeah, at one point I was almost on speaking terms with this guy. Part of me wants to say I wish I had applied myself more back in those days, like I'm applying myself now, but hey, can't change the past. You can only move forward towards the future. Hey, give me more. Aw. 5 rupees, it was his life savings. Yeah, like, he got his start way early on. The best thing about that comment is he was actually defending me on something. Like, somebody was trying to pick apart my video for an unfair reason. And you can never... See, I could say whatever I want about this. I can say he thought it was the best video on Earth and you'd never be able to fact-check me. Because that part of the site doesn't exist anymore. All those videos disappeared. Like, how many reboots has the Screw Attack website gone through at this point? It's been a few. I've been around for 2 of them. Like, there was that one where they got bought out by, oh, I think it was the Rooster Teeth guys. And then they changed to Game Attack there for a while, and nobody liked that, so now it's Screw Attack again.
I don't know who you are, but if you're going to go up the mountain, will you take me with you? I lost my lamp, so...
Yeah. Rupee friend. He's a little tag along.
Yeah, watch your step. There are holes in the ground. Sure, right here. Young man, are you also going to the mountain to look for the golden power? Just ahead is a mountain full of monsters. Many people have vanished in this mountain while looking for the golden power. I don't want to steer you wrong, so please don't get too involved in such a mad quest.
Why does he take a second to catch up to me there? Whenever I move, he's sort of like... Something about that movement, like, whenever I'm stopped, he's just slowly creeping up behind me. That's weird.
Must be a heart in the bottle.
Huh. How did you know that? You been up and down this path before? Maybe he just lives up here or something. Oh, there's a lot of things being said in the chat right now. The playable Ganon. Play Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. I've heard of that game. I've actually played a little bit of the first one. I want to... No, wait. The first one is Rosy Rupee Land. The second one is Balloon Adventure, I think.
I have a granddaughter who's your age. The king took her to the castle and she never returned. Kidnapping those maidens must be part of the wizard's plot. I'm sure he's trying to somehow use the power of the descendants of the wise men.
He's using something all right, but this is a family game after all. Swiggity swooty. Tingle's Rupee Land is too amazing for America. Yeah, so's Captain Rainbow. And I thought it was Europe that was always getting screwed. To be fair, they never got it either. Out of my way. Go down.
Missing maidens are still alive somewhere. I believe that a hero will rescue them. I'll wait for that day. These are dangerous times. I talk too much. Anyway, thank you for your kindness to an old man like me. I wanted to give you this. If you wander in a magical transporter, gaze into this mirror.
Oh, he gave you the magic mirror. Mirror is blue, clear, and beautiful. I feel like it's going to absorb you into another world. Yeah, so that's the weird thing about this item. It's the entertaining thing about it more than anything else, is you can use that anytime you want. You can go to the dark world whenever you feel like. Small problem about that, though. The mirror is also great because I think you can use it to warp out of dungeons? You want to know how long I was streaming? Yes, 3 hours, 10 minutes. Wait a second, what? Oh, it's doubling up the command. I need to get rid of that. Let me write that down so that I don't forget. Get rid of double command in stream elements. Uptime. There we go. See, I learned from my mistakes. I try to, at the very least. Mirror takes you to the last outside door you took. Ah, okay. This is the wrong direction right now. I shouldn't be going here, should I? This is a bad place. Wait a second. Yeah, dash through enemies. We learned that. We've gotten that advice several times over the course of this. More money. Do I look like I need more money right now? Probably, if those flippers set us back 500. That's probably what you need that... Oh, for crying out loud. Get on my level, bro. Come down here, fight me like a man, or a bat, or a man bat, or whatever you'd call that kind of hybrid creature. The noise. The noise. Noise. I didn't even think that boulder was gonna hit me. I thought it was gonna bounce back the other way. Cave leads the path back to Kakarika Village. There's gotta be a million secrets I've already missed on this mountain. No. You should never have gotten off your perch on the wall there. I'm gonna learn you a thing or two about harassing adventurers here, buddy. See you later, 406. Thanks for coming tonight, man. I hope to see you again in the future. It's been fun chatting, it really has been. I like people who bring a different dynamic. That are sort of just all... like that we don't already have there to begin with. You know, as long as it isn't a bad one. And yours is not bad at all. So thanks, man. Link died on Death Mountain. Wait. So that is the path that leads back. somewhat easy because I could just throw the pots at all the bats. So at least we've got that figured out in our head. Wow, why am I this tired already? Come on, man. Man up! You have to fight your shadow hand to hand. Again, just like Peter Pan. What is it about these old graphics that makes me think, oh, that's a meatball or a Cocoa Puff? Meatball! Have you guys seen that remake? Like that, the Mario World cartoon reanimated? Like a whole bunch of people got together and like, they redid that episode in different styles, like just random little clips. We've already been in there. That's where we came up the first time. That's actually a treat to watch, especially if you have an appreciation for that kind of thing art-wise. Oh, for crying out loud. How many fairies do I have with me here? None. We have 3 bottles and nothing to fill them with. Oh, boy. Wait a minute. Broken bridge. We're trying to go up that side of the mountain. Well, he just gave us this item. Oh, it can't actually do that yet. That's a thing that happens later on in the story. Map in this game is a burrito, or a pasta, or a salad, or God, now I'm hungry. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having my back on that one. This guy just blocked my path, didn't he? Yup. So you either let them punch you in the face, or... No. These boulders. Ah! I think we're in trouble. We might be in a lot of trouble right now. Oh, I see. If you wanted to climb up without having to deal with all of the boulders, or maybe like the enemy gets in your way or something. Oh my god, how did I pull that off without dying? For all intents and purposes, Link should have been toast right there.
Toast?
Hearts, blocks. Anytime. I really hope you can't hear my stomach actually growling right now. I wasn't kidding, guys. I'm not trying to be funny. That's the path that leads back, yeah? Old man heals you? What? Well, wish I had known that a little sooner. Well, we just gotta go with it. I've come this far, I can't stop now. Why does that quote from Rouge always stand out in my head? That's like the second game. No, it had to be. She didn't show up until Adventure 2. That's a different kind of pit. We know what that does. That leads down. Oh, but there's also a piece of heart over there. There's 2 pieces of heart. If I could figure out how to grab either of those, we'd be golden right now. Because it gives you a full heart container. I think that restores you back to full. Right, so now we're a rabbit. Let's take one look at it, and oh. Right. I want to go back. I want to go back. Need to figure out where I need to go here. We need to sneak onto that little ledge there. As long as it doesn't exist. No, it does. Okay. Yeah, I see what I should do now. In relation to where I am at this point in time, we pop that. Oh, I thought we had 3 already. Well, the Rouge quote that stands out to me is, 5 minutes is all I need. Because that meant Security Hall had to be done in 5 minutes, and I hated that level. He's got a skedaddle walking animation. That's great. Time to jump down. Don't like this guy. He's a little too skittery for his own good. Or my good. Both of them, really. Oh, hey! It's time to get some magic! So how about it? What is it what you want most, kid? Hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of Ether. Okay. So I don't have that yet. I gotta complete the dungeon here and then come all the way back. Ether, what does that do? I was about to say, if the noise persists through the freaking map, I probably would have punched... No. I hit... Another monitor would cost me way too much. I wouldn't hit this thing if my life depended on it. Oh my god. I know what you guys are referencing. Don't think I don't. You can't sneak that past me. It hasn't been that long. The noise was in the map. That means the map could kill you. Sound logic. Oh, think. You could do this in other games. I have expected it to drop another one right there. Don't like you. Don't like you. Especially when you scare me like that. The Flurk. It is I, Sahasrahla the Elder. I have some advice. In the dungeons, you can gaze into the magic mirror to return the entrance at any time. Use the... oh. The boomerang. Dang, 3 people told me that, and I think Arbok also realized what was going on. Oh, well, now I know for the future. Have I seen any shining rocks yet? When in doubt, head left. I've been trying to pay... I've completely forgotten about that tip-off. Okay, what do you guys do? Well... At least... Of course it's the one that doesn't even throw projectiles that gave me trouble. Nope! I panicked. That was my bad. I completely and totally panicked at the end there. Because I saw him coming up from his little encampment, and I was like, okay, I gotta move, because he's headed directly for my position. Right, buddy. I'm gonna fight you on my own terms this time. Hi. There we go. Just gotta wait for him. He'll figure it out eventually. Yes, walk into my weapon. Do it. Do it. Ah, fine. He's got 1 hit clocked on him already. You are son of a bitch. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. Can't dodge that one. Dodge! GBA version lets you pick up hearts with the sword. I know! Practically every other game does. Even the original let you pick up items with your sword, if I remember correctly, even though you had the vastly inferior forward attack in that game. I like the way Ronnie from Game Theory describes it. The "how did I ever live without it" ability for Link to attack diagonally. It really does change the game. Like, that's one of the reasons it's so difficult to go back to the first couple games in this franchise. Because you gotta wrap your head around the idea that... That was an awkward place for that sprite to fall. I'm almost out of health again already. You know what this reminds me of? Like, this particular shape here in the... oh, no. Didn't expect that to happen. That specific pattern setup and all of the bumper enemies, it reminds me of something I saw in Nintendo Power once. One of the Tiny Toons games where you were at a circus or a carnival. One of them was like you were playing a bumper game and you were trying to knock around the Rat Boys or something like that. I think you played as Porky Pig in that one. No, not Porky. What's his name? I forget the kid version of that character. Never mind. Welcome to the Tower of Hera. Right. So how do I trick you guys into falling into your dooms? Oh, for Christ's sake. Nice. 2 for 1. Oh, we need a different key for that. So there was only one reward down this path. Should I just, that noise is probably bugging a bunch of people. Should I just, try this one over again? Eat that loss? I think I should. Isn't there a stupid hard ROM hack of this game? Like, it's highly regarded, but it's sort of like... I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it's like a certain other game. I was going to, but then I caught myself. Boomerang. But it's magical. Can't block it. Can't triple stamp a double stamp, Lloyd. Oh, fine. Have it your way. This is Burger King. There is nothing like Kaizo Mario. It's, No, I'm serious, though. It's a tower of something, maybe? Shoot, I feel like the word goddess is in the name of it somewhere. And again, going back to Patty again, I think he played it at some point, like back when he was still doing like traditional Let's Plays on YouTube. Or does he still do those, I wonder? I went to his YouTube channel about a year ago, and he hasn't really posted videos of that since in a while. Parallel Worlds! That's it! That's the name of that's what I'm thinking of. Legend of Zelda Parallel Worlds. That is exactly what I had in mind. Yeah, general consensus of that game that I've heard from people is that it's really good, but it's also really freaking difficult, sometimes for no reason. Boomerang. Boomerang. Not that I need it. I just wanted to. And boomerang. Hi, buddy. Heard you like to throw things at people. Now you know how it feels. You sit in the corner and think about what you've done. We can all learn some valuable lessons from the mistakes we've made today. Please give me a heart. Somebody, anywhere. Watch the emotes appear in chat now that I've said this. What if I make you go backwards like that for the Switch again? It just seems kind of weird as that's a Space Invader. That's what that is. Like, doesn't that look like one? Like, you've got the eyes here and the little antenna, the sort of, broken off hands. Like, that looks like that sprite. I mean, I think maybe it's supposed to look like a skull or something of that description. And I kind of don't want to die now. Because wait. Can I not? Can I not? Will the game not let me? Parallel Worlds is really hard. I've never finished it. Skull and Crossbones? Ah, maybe 2. Looks unnecessarily hard at some spots. Got it, okay. Now I know.
Run!
I didn't realize those respawn themselves. I would have stayed away from that room if I at least gotten out of there more easy, a little faster than I. You guys. You got the big pizza. It unlocks big doors that your taste bud, doors to your taste buds that smaller pizza cannot. I'm so hungry right now. There better be some leftovers downstairs. Because I don't want to spend any more money this month. We're almost to the end. I want to hold on to some of this cash so I consolidate my gains. Right. Oh. I get it now. I see what they want me to do. You're not really supposed to lure them around and then hit them in a particular way. You're supposed to go to the other side and then activate it so that the pit appears underneath them. That basically I have to do to them what I accidentally did to myself. I have to pull a me in every sense of the word. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, for crying out loud. Or I could just bash them to death. Why haven't I been doing that then? That's way easier. Why even mess around with, like, knocking them into the pits and whatnot? There we go. That's what I needed to do. If I could just stab them until they die. Why did I think you couldn't kill these guys? Because that's how they work in the other games. That's why. Again, that's my experience as having played a lot of the Game Boy games coming back to haunt me. That's something about those games being different from this that actually bit me in the butt there. Again, that must have been really frustrating for you guys. Remember what I said earlier about people intentionally making it harder on themselves for no reason? Yeah, I apologize profusely. Wait a second. No, I didn't, because I'll apologize to you in advance once. I'm good. I'm fine. Carry on. Nothing to see here, folks. You know, aside from that one boss, is this about the only time that the Dodongos show up in this game? Also, I want to bring something up. The helmet enemies. Is this a running thing in the Zelda series? Like, Helma's soar in this game, but then there's Helma Rock in the other. Wait. What? Oh. There goes that. Huh? Dithlurk. It is I, Sahasrahla the Elder. An orb known as the Moon Pearl is in this tower. Whoever holds the Moon Pearl is protected so that his form will not change in the Dark World. You only apologize in advance to followers, not guests. Depends how many guests we've got, because it's the idea of turning them into followers. Conversion rates. Gotta think like a business to succeed like one. Don't forget the Moon Pearl. I've got to land there from a higher plane. That's what I've got to do. I have to climb up and then fall down. I get it. Want to find a fairy fountain in this dungeon? That would be useful. That would be very, very useful. Not quite. Almost what we're looking for there. And fill up all 3 of our bottles, maybe heal up a little bit if we have some extras to work with. So that one's too low, which means we need to hit one of the switches and then go through the pit that, uh-oh. This one's colored red. It's stronger than its allies. Come on. Gimme! I don't like that noise. Nobody likes that noise. Not even Nintendo. That's why they got rid of it. Ugh. Zelda, we need to have a talk. Like, okay. So this whole not picking up things with your sword thing, that's gonna have to change. That whole tricking the player into thinking they're doing the right thing, only to screw them over, that's gonna change. And I know you can change. I know you're better than this, baby. There. It's mine. I have the Moon Pearl now, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Even if you kill me, I'll still have it on my next playthrough. Some other Link will have it as an inventory. 5th floor. In the northern wall, and then go left and fall in the smallest hole. The smallest hole? Oh. Oh, that thing. Also, I saw a cracked wall. Oh, that makes sense, because that's how it worked in the first dungeon too. You hopped into the pot, and eventually it led you to, well, and we're following a long way here. Ladies, there's enough room in this bottle for 2. Please tell me this warps me back up to the 5th floor. Yes, it does. Thank you. You are much appreciated. And kaboom. What? What? That looks like a cracked wall, doesn't it? That looks like something you could break open. That looks exactly like something you... Okay. Whatever, dude. That's a lot of pots. Those pots probably have a lot of hearts in them. Those hearts are probably going to keep me from dying. For a little while at the very least. Give me hearts or give me death. And no, you don't get a choice. Again, painted a cracked wall to troll you. It's like Wile E. Coyote's tunnel on a rock wall. Just reminds me of that awkward zombie comic, where Link's opening up the door to the Temple of Time in Wind Waker. And the voice booms out and tells him you now have access to this sacred land. And he's like, you kept out evil with a sliding puzzle? And it cuts back to a week earlier. Ganondorf is just sitting there. Looks at the puzzle. Looks at the door. And then falls on his knees and starts crying. Why does life have to be so difficult? Remember, Triforce of Power, not wisdom, this guy. Awkward Zombie's great. I love that guy's sense of humor so much. He's also the guy who did that one where he's in the water temple fighting Shadow Link, and it's like, man, what do I do against this guy? He knows all my moves. Wait a second. He's me. Hey, Rudo! I changed my mind. I actually want to marry you. And then he hides behind the tree. And then Shadow Link is hissing as she, like, glomps him and is like, oh, we'll spend such a happy life together. And Navi's just chastising him like, come on, man. That's low. This is a dangerous game we're playing right now. Don't hit your head, it's your tail I'm interested in. And yes, you are allowed to take that statement out of context. Awkward Zombie is written by a woman, FYI. Huh, didn't know that. Apparently I should have spent a lot more time reading it. So, what's the over-under? How many times do you think I'm gonna fall, guys? I've already done it once. It's the agitating thing about this boss, isn't it? He's not difficult so much as he's just... Whoa! We fought back against our horrible fate there. It robs me of my spontaneity, my ability to hit him any time, but at least I'm making every single hit count. Isn't there a way to just get inside this dude's hitbox and just start dealing a whole bunch of damage to him very quickly? Yeah, that was basically one spin attack right there. Is me, like, ducking in and out and trying to hit him. There we go. Whew. I was looking for that reference. Which video/comic was that? That is Awkward Zombie. Yeah! We got one Sparkle Swirl, or whatever you'd call that. Spin Sparkle. That is its canon name now. And I will hear nothing to the otherwise. You won the Pendant of Wisdom. With this, you have collected all 3. Go now to the Lost Woods to get the Master Sword. Shadowlink X Ruto. Yes, Awkward Zombie is the name you're looking for. I'm on fire with these calls. To be fair, I fell once. So, what's the quickest way down? I really... What's the... better idea. What's the safest way down this mountain? Guys, we did it. We conquered the Holy Mountain. Vertically, even. To explain what that line is, if I haven't already in a past stream, there's this movie out there called The Holy Mountain. And Vine Sauce was talking about it when he was playing A Hat in Time, and now I'm kind of curious. It's weird because that game has a kind of a similar thing going on in it. Like, you guys have seen me play that game to completion. Like, you know about, oh, it's not Alpine Heights. It's Alpine something else. The Fourth World. And the best one in the game. You could save and quit and start spawning at your house or the sanctuary. That's smart. I wish I had realized remembered I could do that. I've seen people do that before, even. What is wrong with me? It was after you asked. Ah, I see. Fair enough. Well, okay, we both won. Won. I say that like it was a competition. No, I have to be right all the time, and none of you are allowed to question me. We know better. We all know better. Is this the part where the game starts to turn around? We're past the opening chapter, and this... Yeah, this follows a lot very similarly to Ocarina of Time, doesn't it? Because you get the 3 objects of power, then you go get the sword, and that's when things start getting ugly. I have the power! And I can do twice the damage. Suddenly, Sahasrara contacts you telepathically. Deathlurk, it is extraordinary that you won the Master Sword that makes evil retreat. With this shining sword, I believe you can deflect the wizard's evil powers. The destiny of this land is in your hands. Please, Deathlurk. Man, won't the princess be impressed when I show this to her? I'm gonna go let her know that I've upgraded here. Deathlurk, help! The soldiers are coming to the sanctuary. Well, I bet Link was so excited. It's like, alright, I've upgraded my sword. I'm good. We're ready to go. I'm finally going to have my... Oh, you son of a... If Sassafras is a psychic, why couldn't he do anything? See, no, I was gonna say it, but then I just sound crazy. It's weird as it sounds, it's You can't predict everything. The universe only decides to show you very specific things, and it's not like you can turn it on and off whenever you want it to happen. You just kind of got to deal with the information you're given. Figure out what to do with it from there. Sword beams, yes. Nice swirly ones, too. Wait a second. It's the same effect when we do a spin attack. So we're just taking that extra energy we generate from the attack, and we're shooting it out at people. That's why it does double damage whenever we hit somebody with it, because it's got the weight of the blade and the sparkle. Now we're just hitting them with the sparkle. You let them kidnap Zelda, didn't you? Didn't you?
Deathlook, you are a second too late. I have failed. I have failed.
No, wait. Hey, I had it right the first time.
Zelda, the soldiers have abducted her. They have taken her to the castle. You must find her before the wizard works his magic. Please, you are our only hope.
Oh. Like, he actually died. Oh. Well, I thought this was just gonna be like, no, he's resting. He'll be fine. No, that's what a flashing sprite means. Yep. Of course, I mean, I know we're just gonna wish this all away at the end of the game, but still. For now, it's sad. For now, we're allowed to be a little bit torn up about all this. Just a little, though. I mean, we've got an adventure. We have to move on eventually anyway. Much as we want to mourn. Here lies the NPC who helped watch over Zelda, and then failed the instant a single soldier came to the sanctuary. Let's have a moment of silence. Well, who gets his stuff? For those of you who have never had the joys of playing something like Pathfinder or D&D, that is, that's one of the more, heartbreaking moments. Like when your character dies, and then they start divvying up to see who gets your war mount. Like, right in front of you. It's hard to describe that feeling, really. You know what? I mean, there's a whole dungeon once we get into the castle, right? I mean, I could just sleep the night away. It's been about 4 hours. We could end the stream here unless you guys want me to go fight Aghanim now. This could be a good place to end off, and maybe we come back here again next Thursday? I'd be fresh and ready to go, mentally awake. At my absolute best, which is not saying much, but hey, I might do a little better, not embarrass myself that badly. What do you guys say? Input on that one? Meanwhile, Link is just going to play around with his sword beams in a place where he can actually admire them. There we go, he got the timing down, now he's happy. Wow, they don't even dent the walls! And if you do it just right, you can actually get them to echo. Now that I listened to it multiple times, I feel like I've heard that in Ocarina of Time before. Why do I associate it with that game? What is it from? Did they reuse that one, or was that one of the ones they just left there? Not hear anybody say anything, so failure it is, I guess. One more adventure! One more time! Can't be that bad. So it's gonna be a whole lot of combat, yeah? I think that's how I remember people describing this. Let's say it's up to you. Flip a coin if you don't want to decide. You know what? Quarters have never led me wrong. Let's give this a shot. Do we want to go fight Aghanim tonight, or do we want to call it while I'm... do we want to quit while I'm still ahead here? Here we go. Heads, I do what I want. Tails, I do what's... Heads, I do what's right. Tails, I do what I want. Tails, I do what I want, which is close my eyes. So, that is actually going to bring... Doing what's right would be giving you guys a little more of a show, ending off on the Dark World itself. But I think it's for the best. Alright, that is going to bring us to the end of tonight's stream. But don't go anywhere quite yet. We still have a couple things to do before we wrap up tonight. For instance, this is a D20. Speaking of role-playing games. 7. Some people's lucky number, but unfortunately it doesn't mean anything for us. So, let's find somebody to raid tonight. Because we actually have more than 7 people in the chat.